Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our stripes.
Chance to equal our stripes.
Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high. We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
So we can't beat beat.
We can't beat beat.
Won't beat beat.
Won't beat beat.
Marshall Maverick football is on the air.
To the left side, big hole, 40, 45 midfield, one man to beat. Haller to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Haller. He got the ball. Haller. He got the ball across right before he took him out of bounds. Haller stretches it for the Marshall touchdown. Oh my 69 goodness. yards for Cameron Haller.
Low snap, Jarvis gathers, throws to the right, and it's intercepted at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Marshall. Touchdown Mavericks on the pick six.
Goes left to right, he's inside the 20, inside the 10, 5, touchdown Cameron Haller. 42 yards out, the young man has done it again.
Fans, be a part of history. Be a Maverick.
It's Mills, he'll get it around the right side. At the 10, at the 5, he's fighting.
Touchdown.
And he's over.
Touchdown. All right.
Chavis Mills from 19 yards out. They're looking for Trell Patton. He's open, he dives. And then he hang on to the football.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Trell Patton.
Oh, what a catch by
What a catch by Patton as an all-out dive.
Cameron Haller, keeper. He'll try to bounce it outside, breaks a tackle, 35-40, stays on his feet, midfield and more. 45-40, one man to beat. Cameron Haller gets a block at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Mavericks.
I'll tell you what, I don't think I'd let him step off the field again. That sucker is a football player.
They'll throw to the end zone and a beautiful dime piece. Off the right arm of Justin Hart to Trell Patton.
As Trell Patton comes up the field, he's up to the 40-yard line. Midfield, he geeked him. 45-40 down the sideline. Trell Patton, one man to beat, 10-5. Are you kidding me?
Trell Patton.
Touchdown, Trell Patton. The Marshall Mavericks are on the board.
And the ball is loose. It's picked up on the bounce. Here we go.
And he'll score.
Touchdown, Mavericks.
You're tuned to your home for Marshall Maverick football, KMHT. Marshall Maverick football on KMHT is proudly brought to you in part by Marshall Ford, Panola National Bank, Niles Chevrolet, Kenco Pool Spas and Billiards, Jeff's Complete Pool Service, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, Certified Collision and Glass, Rodens Appliance, the Marshall Independent School District, Brown Rig Insurance Agency, Marshall Auto Tire Pros, Porta-John, Sam Baxter McCool Smith, Earl's Professional Cleaners, Gateway Tire, Rollo's Lubinato, Pinky Grace, Pizzeria by Pietros, Kyle Dansby, Attorney at Law, Campbell's Portable Buildings, Patterson Motors, The Paisley Rose, Marshall ISD School Board member Brad Burris, Century 21, a select group, the Carlisle Law Firm, and Bancorp South. It's football time in East Texas. Now let's head up to the press box and join your Marshall Maverick broadcast team, Jamie Horton and Chase Palmer.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Well, hello and a good Friday evening to you, East Texas, and welcome to the latest edition of Marshall Maverick football on a beautiful night here in East Texas. It is game number 9 of the 2015 regular season, and it's the final home game of the 2015 season for your Marshall Mavericks as they play host to the Mount Pleasant Tigers. You're tuned in to the countdown to kickoff tonight, brought to you by Pizzeria by Pietro's. Eat like a champion at Pizzeria by Pietro's. Pizza, pasta, salads, or sandwiches. Pizzeria by Pietro's can satisfy any Maverick appetite. Open until 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Call 903-452-1439 and score big with Pizzeria by Pietro's. Marshall dropped their first and only ball game of the season a week ago, a 27-7 to the Texas High Tigers in Texarkana. The difference here tonight is, by the time that game got kicked off last week, Chase, the hash marks were chewed up. You could see that field was probably not going to hold up for a little bit more than a quarter. Here tonight, on a field that people play on in 2015 Texas High, get your stuff together, okay? It is dry and beautiful right there on that field.
Yeah, it's a big difference between this and last week. Last week at Texas High, I think there's 2 grass fields in our district, that one in Sulphur Springs, both of which are probably awful at this point in the season. But that game last week, they had about 6 inches of rain by the time we had played on that field. It was completely underwater, and it was just a recipe for disaster for the Mavericks. And to say that our offense was kind of stuck in the mud would be an understatement.
Yeah, they couldn't find any traction. Do we have any other puns? Come up with another one.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good one.
I think
couldn't come up with
we
traction, and they couldn't. Well, I tell you, it was just a bad week all the way around, but when you're a good football team, you got to put things like that behind you, and you got to move on, which is the case here tonight. Marshall still with all their goals still yet in front of them, okay? They went out. They're still district champions. Who cares if you have to share it with 2 other teams? Doesn't matter. They get a red brick wall down here by the entrance gate on the east side of Maverick Stadium.
And I tell you what, Jamie, what an accomplishment that would be. I mean, this is a team that is 2 years removed from 3-7, and those 3 wins were very, very hard to come by.
And 3 years from 1-9.
That's right. So, I mean, to say that they have really done a marvelous job here is an understatement. So if the Mavericks can win the next 2 and finish 9-1, what an accomplishment that would be. But they got to concentrate on the next one. This is a big game for Marshall. We've got to stop the run. We got to put the ball in the end zone and get the win.
We'll start tonight by taking a look around District 15 5A, which is brought to you by Pinky Grace. Stop by 401 South Washington and take care of all your personalized T-shirt and sports uniform needs. Pinky Grace has a large retail section with over 10 local crafters offering handmade and collectible one-of-a-kind items. That's Pinky Grace at 401 South Washington in Marshall.
Well, only 2 games tonight in the district. 2 games being played last night. Hallsville at Pine Tree. Hallsville all over the Pirates. 58-24 was the final score there. They've all but sewed up that 4th spot here in the district. And that game was 51-3, Jamie, at one time. It was not a close football game at all. And Texas High obliterates Greenville 45-21. So the 2 games tonight, Sulphur Springs will be at Longview and Mount Pleasant here at Marshall.
Very weird scene right now, Chase. No inflatable, Maverick head to run out of here tonight. No inflatable tiger town or whatever you want to call it that they bring. It's no bands right now. It is a weird sight to be here tonight on a Friday night. But certainly the Marshall Mavericks look like a team ready to play football here tonight as they all kneel right there at the – well, look, that's kind of a cool picture. I hope somebody gets a shot of that right there.
And I'll tell you what, folks, right now the rain's kind of starting to slack up a little bit, and we've seen on the radar that there may be a hole where we get a little time to play here without a lot of rain. So come on out and support the Mavericks here on senior night. We've had a lot of honored people so far tonight. We've honored our football players, our cheerleaders, our Mavettes. So come on out and celebrate these kids' accomplishments this year.
Time now for tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Porta-John. Portable toilets for all your events, plus heated and air-conditioned dressing rooms. Visit portajohn.com for more information. And now tonight's Keys to the Game.
Keys to the game offensively. Take care of the football. Execute and block offensive line and receivers. Make big plays. Keys to the game defensively. Tackle 25. Do not give up 3rd and longs, and create turnovers. Keys to the game, special teams, block a PAT or a punt, return a punt or a kickoff for a touchdown, make every extra point.
That's your Keys to the Game tonight, brought to you by Porta-John. Visit portajohn.com for more information. You're listening to the Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Pizzeria by Pietro's. Stick around. Marshall Maverick football will continue in a moment.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
I'm Matt Moore, General Manager at Marshall Ford Lincoln, and it's SUV season at Marshall Ford. That means the biggest discounts of the year, along with the best factory incentives on all of our SUV lineup, including 0% for 72 months on Escape and Expedition. In fact, we have the SUV Sign and Go sales event going where you can come out with 0 down and drive away in the SUV of your choice. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or come and see us on Highway 59 South in Marshall. It's Marshall Ford, your 8-time winner of Ford's prestigious President's Award for outstanding customer satisfaction.
It's a Maverick stampede in 2015. Cameron Haller with the carry around the left side, now reverses field. Inside the 10-5, touchdown Cameron Haller. The young man has done it again. Midfield and more, and it's a foot race.
Bye-bye.
Chavis Mills, 10-5, touchdown Mavericks.
I'm telling you, they're not going to catch Chavis Mills.
Join me and Chase Palmer for every exciting call of Marshall Maverick football right here on your home for the Mavs, KMHT, and EastTexasToday.com.
What scares you the most? Is it video buffering, lagging while gaming, or sharing your internet connection with your kids?
With Fidelity's wicked awesome internet speeds, you can get the speed that you need to fit your family's needs. No more delays with online videos, better gaming connections, and enough bandwidth for everyone under your roof. Go to fidelitycommunications.com/internet now to schedule your free installation.
Internet from Fidelity. So fast, it's scary.
At Panola National Bank, we represent integrity in community banking. As a source of financial strength, we're here participating in local events, helping local charities, and serving the financial needs of East Texas. At Panola National Bank, we value the strong relationships we've forged with our customers. Don't forget to download our free apps for mobile banking to better serve your on-the-go banking needs. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Stop by and see Royce Clemens at 2203 Victory Drive in Marshall.
Roden's 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with the new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Roden's Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall specialist Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
Countdown to kickoff brought to you by Pizzeria by Pietro's as we get you set up for a 7:30 tilt here tonight. Marshall and the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Jamie Horton, Chase Palmer, Reginald T. Cooper on assignment tonight to watch his daughter graduate. I think she's graduating from UT Tyler.
Pretty cool.
Tonight.
Pretty cool.
So,
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Reggie and his family and Gail and all those folks. So we are here tonight at Maverick Stadium, and we know that you're not here because we don't see many of you. So we invite you to stay tuned right here to 103.9 FM. Some pregame festivities here inside the stadium. We'll wrap up momentarily. I mean, we'll be back with the kickoff right here on KMHT 103.9 FM and EastTexasToday.com. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a blue streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Companies. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
It's the big event with huge savings. And it's going on now at Campbell Portable Buildings and General Shelter's Summer Clearance Sale. If you've been waiting for the right time to save big on the largest selection of storage buildings, offices, living quarters, and RV covers, now is the time. Come in today and let us show you why Campbell's is your #1 award-winning dealer here in East Texas. Campbell Portable Buildings, located at 602 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair, from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
Cruising to Padre with the top down was the best. But that was before we had the kids, all three of them. We went from two-seater to sedan to minivan, joy rides to family trips, detailing to fixing dents from bikes and skateboards.
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes as fast as your taste in cars. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, superfast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
For generations, folks looking for a new car, truck, or SUV have trusted Chevrolet, America's #1 automaker. And for 3 generations, East Texans have trusted family-owned Niles Chevrolet in Marshall. Whether you're looking for a sporty Cobalt, a rugged Silverado, or the redesigned Tahoe, our folks will work with you to get the best possible deal. It's what we've done at Niles for 70 years. Treat you fairly. No wonder everyone seems to leave Niles with smiles. Niles Chevrolet, 4801 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall.
KMHT 103.9 FM and worldwide on EastTexasToday.com. Pizzeria by Pietro's countdown to kickoff. Time for tonight's coin toss, brought to you by Rollo's Lubinato Center, located at 2607 Easton Boulevard North. That's Highway 59. Rollo's proudly uses Valvoline, the choice of top mechanics. Come and experience that world-class service that Rollo's is known for. Captain's meeting at midfield right now as we await the coin toss as Marshall getting set to host these Mount Pleasant Tigers, a team that the Marshall Mavericks disposed of in a rather rude way during senior night last year in Mount Pleasant. Certainly hoping to have the same outcome here tonight for your Marshall Mavericks, trying to get one win closer to clinching a district championship for the first time in a decade.
Yeah, it would be a really big deal for the Mavericks to win a district championship. The toss is going to be won by Mount Pleasant. They have elected it to receive. So the 3 captains for Marshall, Micah Smith, Jace Drion Kelly, and Antonio Washington go back to shake hands, and Mount Pleasant will start this one with the football.
Again, tonight's coin toss brought to you by Rollo's Lubinato Center, a proud supporter of the Marshall Mavericks. As we await the first half kickoff, I want to remind you that the first half kickoff is brought to you by Earl's Professional Cleaners, where you can take your jeans and shirts to Earl's. Well, they'll make your jeans stand up and talk, because Earl's is the only place in Marshall that Cowboy starches jeans and shirts. Earl's gives same-day dry cleaning and next-day laundry service, family-owned for over 30 years. Chase, the one to watch out for tonight is number 25. That's Travion Holloman, right around 17 yards. The running back for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. He's given a lot of teams some problems this year, but as you've been told through the grapevine, if you will, he is their offense. They go as he go, and if he don't go, they don't go.
That's right. I was told by some coaches in our district that Mount Pleasant does not attempt to throw the football. They are going to run the football. They're happy to do that 40 times a game. If they throw it 10 times, it'll be a lot for Mount Pleasant. So Marshall tonight on defense got to stop the run. This is going to be a quick football game with not a lot of possessions because, as you said, they're going to run the football.
Alan Martinez will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Marshall will kick the football to the east end zone, and Mount Pleasant will have it first here tonight. Move left to right on your radio dial. And we are set to get things underway. Again, tonight's first half kickoff brought to you by Earl's Professional Cleaners, your only place in Marshall for Cowboys starched jeans and shirts. Good kickoff and a short return just across the 20 to about the 21-yard line. I think that's a return of about 11 yards. Chase.
Yeah, that's a great job by Marshall's kickoff coverage team, led by number 44, the junior Sheldon Williams, linebacker, 5'11", 185, right there to make the tackle. So a good job by Marshall early. Mount Pleasant will start deep in their own territory at their own 21-yard line. 11:53 left to go here in the first. We're scoreless for Maverick Stadium.
It was 20-0 at the end of a quarter last week. It was 7-7 the rest of the way, in this Maverick defense trying to get off to a good start here early. Mount Pleasant football, and this time they'll go up the middle to Holloman. And he's got a couple of yards just shy of the 25. Give him 3 yards on first down as they faked the reverse on the end around rather, and then gave the football to Holloman right up the middle. 3 yards on first down, 2nd down and 7 upcoming for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Kyle Reynolds, the 5'11 junior, is the signal caller tonight. Hopefully.
Good tackle there by number 99, Antonio Washington, coming down from his left end position.
Shotgun here again, 2nd down and 7 for Mount Pleasant. He'll take the snap, fake the give, and he'll keep it around the left side. Looking for blocks, now cuts it back upfield, gets across the 25, and a good run up to about the 29-yard line, 5 yards that time on 2nd down for Kyle Reynolds.
He looked a little indecisive there, Jamie. I think had he cut up, he would have gotten the first down, but nonetheless, he's going to be short by about 3, so it'll be 3rd down along 2.5 for Mount Pleasant.
At the left hash again, Mount Pleasant have the football to open this football game here tonight. Their first possession, have it 3rd down and a long 2.5 upcoming. Shotgun here. They'll go to Holloman. Right up the middle he goes. He's got a first down across the 31, but not much more than that to the 34-yard line. So a good run of about 5 yards there on 3rd down for Travion Holloman, and Mount Pleasant with their first down of the night.
And Jamie, this is one of those things right here where I think what you're going to see from Marshall is we need to put 5 guys at the line of scrimmage. They're going to run the football, so let's challenge them at the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 10 for Mount Pleasant from their own 34-yard line.
Because I trust our kids to play man-to-man as far as it goes in the pass-catching game. Now this time it's Holloman around that left side, being chased down from behind, and DeAndre Osborne, one of the seniors, with a great play. And as a matter of fact, that's Keenan Brown with the carry. Keenan Brown gets no gain. They'll spot him, well, maybe lost about a half a yard, Chase, or a whole yard back to the 33-yard line. So DeAndre Osborne coming from that linebacker position, making a play in the backfield on Keenan Brown. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 upcoming for the Tigers.
And what you saw there, Jamie, is Marshall went directly to that 5-man front. We got to hold the line of scrimmage. We strung the play out to the sideline. DeAndre came up, made a great play. 2nd down, 11 for Mount Pleasant, 9:42 to go, scoreless in Maverick Stadium.
Reynolds in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. It's Holloman. Now goes up the middle, then bounces it out to the right. Micah Smith is able to haul him down at about the 39-yard line. A good run of about 6 yards there for Travion Holloman, but it'll be a 3rd down and 5 upcoming here for Mount Pleasant. A good spot here for the Maverick defense. This is where you want to get the Tigers off the field.
That's right. Big play here for Marshall's defense. We're going to go under 9 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Again, scoreless from Maverick Stadium. Mount Pleasant very deliberate with their play clock. They want to limit possessions here. 3rd down and 5 for them. Big play for the Maverick defense.
Shotgun here again for Reynolds. No passes as of yet, but does not run their offense under center. He'll take the snap, and just as I say that, he'll throw it out to the left side and off the hands of Travion Holloman. A little bit too far out in front of him that time. A very catchable football, though, one would think. And Holloman, well, it looked like he kind of slowed up there on that play chase. If he doesn't do that, he makes the catch and has a first down and a whole lot more. But as it is, it's 4th down.
Ran a back out of the flat. He just went down into the flat, took a little out route about 5 or 6 yards, so not able to pick that one up.
Is that a drone?
And we do. We have a drone right now flying over Maverick Stadium.
That's awesome.
That's a first for me. So Mount Pleasant appears to be in punt formation. They're at their own 39-yard line. Snap is back. Kick is up. It's a pretty good kick. He'll be fielded by Trell Patton at his 25. Makes the first man miss to the 30. To the 35. Has a seam. And they'll get him down. Nope. He's still on his feet.
He's still moving. There's a flag at the 40-yard line, Chase. And
yeah, going to call
might have a
hold there.
It could be a hold, but I thought I saw Trell Patton's face or his head turn just a little bit when he tried to cut back across this side of the 40-yard line, and might have gotten his face mask grabbed, but we'll see. I think this is going to be on the Mavericks. We have a drone, folks, that is right above the 30-yard line beyond the Big Red Pride marching band, and it's just kind of hanging out right there. It's got real festive lights if you're into Christmas, the green and red lights, or if you're at a U.S.-Mexico soccer game.
There you go.
There you go. Or Spain.
Well, that is going to be a penalty on Marshall. Holding will take it back to the Maverick 29-yard line. So 8:34 to go here in the first quarter. Marshall with great field position.
That's really cool. Maverick football. Shotgun here for Cameron Haller at the 29-yard line. Puts Mills in motion. Left to right. Now a pitch out. It's Cameron Haller. As a matter of fact, Cameron Haller is in the running back spot. He's got a first down and more across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. So that'll be a 13-yard run on first down. That's Cortez Hurd, who's the signal caller tonight. Cortez Hurd, the sophomore. And we heard there might be a little wrinkle tonight. Did not think it would be at the quarterback position. But as you can see from the first play of the game, Chase, Cortez Hurd, the sophomore, who's had a heck of a season at DB, is the signal caller tonight. To his right is Cameron Haller. They'll go right back to him. No, it is Cortez Hurd. He'll keep it around the right side. He's across midfield, and he's got 9 yards, and he's close to a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down as he gets up to the Mount Pleasant 49-yard line. It's about 9 yards there on first down for Cortez Hurd. What's going on here,
I'll tell you, I did hear today, I had somebody call me and say, don't be surprised if you see Cortez Hurd playing quarterback tonight. Played quarterback previously and did a good job as a 9th grader. So here we go, 2nd and 1 for Marshall.
Take down the 7:45 mark of the first quarter, scoreless. This time it's Haller up the middle he goes. Had a hole. He's got a first down. And into the 45-yard line, down to the 42 of Mount Pleasant goes Cameron Haller, 7 yards, and it's a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down.
And I tell you what, that really does help us because it allows Haller to get ahead of steam from that running back position. He's way more effective in that position than he is as the signal caller.
Now to be Cameron Haller with will be the trigger man. To his left is Chavis Mills, and it'll be Mills with his first carry of the night. Follows his blockers, a big hole up the middle he goes. Into the 25, tries to run away from the defensive back, and you're not going to catch 33. Give him 6 from 43 yards out. Marshall strikes first, 6-0 Big Red.
That's what we needed, a 43-yard run from Chavis Mills for a touchdown, and that's what's made our offense effective, Jamie, is to have the ability for the big play threat and also to hammer you with Cameron Haller. So Marshall only takes 3 plays, Jamie, and puts it in the end zone, or 4 plays, rather.
That's the offense we kind of got used to seeing.
Yes, sir.
Chase, and boy, oh boy, Cortez Hurd, the sophomore, showing some leadership there on that opening drive. Alan Martinez, who hasn't missed a point after in months now, is perfect again, right down the middle. 7:14 left to go in the opening quarter. 7-0. Marshall on top. Maverick football continues in a moment.
It's the big event with huge savings. And it's going on now at Campbell Portable Buildings and General Shelter's Summer Clearance Sale. If you've been waiting for the right time to save big on the largest selection of storage buildings, offices, living quarters, and RV covers, now is the time. Come in today and let us show you why Campbell's is your #1 award-winning dealer here in East Texas. Campbell Portable Buildings, located at 602 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas. Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall. 79 yards, capped off by the 43-yard Chavis Mills touchdown run. Your Kyle Dansby attorney-at-law scoring drive recap. Alan Martinez good on the PAT. 7-0 Big Red. 7:14 left for the opening quarter as Martinez puts his right foot into it and drives the Mount Pleasant Tigers all the way back to the 2-yard line. Ball carrier comes straight ahead and tries to cut to his right and is taken down shy of the 15-yard line. It'll be a 12-yard return for the Tigers, and they'll start with poor field position on their second touch of the night.
And look who that was. Number 4, Cortez Hurd down there making the tackle. The sophomore goes from quarterback back to DB and on kick coverage, makes the tackle at the 15. So a masterful job by Cortez Hurd in that first possession. Marshall takes only 4 plays, a minute 20 in the end zone.
A mutual favorite football movie of ours when Ronnie Sunshine Bass makes his appearance for the Titans. You hear the coach say, "We got ourselves a football player."
That's right.
Shotgun here. They'll give it off to Holloman around that left side, and he's hit and dropped, but he got across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. A host of Marshall Mavericks in on the tackle, Antonio Washington being one of those.
Hey, a big number, Greg Hood, had him on the bottom, and number 21, Micah Smith, had him on the top. And what looked like it was going to be a big gain was nothing more than a gain of 1. So 6:49 left to go in the first. Marshall leads 7-0. Mount Pleasant with the football at their own 16-yard line, 2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9 upcoming here for the Tigers. 7-0 Marshall. Mount Pleasant moves left to right on your radio dial. Shotgun again here for Kyle Reynolds. To his right is Holloman. And they'll go back to the ground. Holloman trying to get around that left side. He's got some blocks in front. He's got a first down across the 25. And he gets knocked out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. 13-yard run and a first down for Travion Holloman and the Mount Pleasant Tigers. And that's him showing off a little bit of that speed as he got around the edge there.
Yeah, that's the best job we've seen so far from Mount Pleasant, setting the edge, and they were able to get to the outside. Holloman picks up about 11 or 12, so he'll pick up a first down. They'll mark it right at the Mount Pleasant 29-yard line. 7-0 our score. 6:24 left to go in the first. The Mavericks with the lead. The Tigers with the ball.
Ooh. Reynolds again this time. A botch snap that time. Able to grab it, hands it off to Holloman. He tries the right side this time. And a short gain of about maybe 2.5, 3 yards up to the 31.5, maybe 32-yard line. Chase, we'll give him 3 yards.
And Jamie, did it not look like somebody on Mount Pleasant's offensive line was a little bit early, or was that the center?
I thought I saw it didn't look right at the snap of the football.
Yeah, it looked like a flash of somebody standing up.
I will say this, shame on them for wearing jerseys where I can't tell which numbers we're calling. So some of the things we say tonight might be made up. I'm just going to let you know. Just inside the left hash, or the right hash rather. They'll go back to the ground. It's Holloman. Up the middle he goes, bounces off a couple, and then runs into a wall of red. And maybe got a yard up to the 32-yard line. A big 3rd down and 6 upcoming here for the Texas High Tigers. Maybe 7. I don't think he got a yard on that play, Chase.
And a good job there coming down hard off the edge was number 2, Mr. Everything on defense, Trey Macon, the sophomore.
Another sophomore.
And that is a good play by him and Marshall's 4 to 5 man front. So 3rd down, about 6 for Mount Pleasant as we go under 5 minutes here in the first quarter. 7-0 our score, Marshall.
We celebrate our seniors on senior night here, Chase, but when you think about it, it's the sophomores. We got a ton of sophomores that are really talented guys that are going to be the future of this team. Over the middle they go, and the pass is dropped.
Boy, that was an easy first down for Mount Pleasant, and it's just dropped across the middle. It would have been enough for a first down. He would have been right at the 40. And that's the second drop of the night for Mount Pleasant.
Both of them coming on 3rd down, and both of them happening where if they catch the football, they've got a first down and a whole lot more. He was sitting down there in coverage, Chase, and there was just a safety that was up ahead of him. It was the last line of defense right there had he made that catch. And instead, it's a Betrell Patton, again, back deep to receive, looking for his first punt return for a touchdown of the season. I think he's got a kickoff return for a touchdown. Boy, they almost got to it that time. It's a high kick. Patton comes up to the 31 to field it. He's got room. Down this near sideline, across midfield, and taken out of bounds at the 49-yard line of the Mount Pleasant Tigers. So that will be a 21-yard return for Terrell Patton. He was that close.
Smidgen. He was a smidgen. If he had gotten one block on our sideline, he would have been 88 and out the gate, but he takes it to the Mount Pleasant 49. So Marshall in great field position with 4:48 left to go here in the first quarter, leading 7-0.
Those of you who have no idea what a smidgen is, it is part of the metric system. It is a form of measurement, and it is a legal form of measurement.
So the Maverick defense holds Mount Pleasant to 4 plays and a punt.
Yeah, Cortez Hurd back in at quarterback. This time he'll hand it off to Cameron Haller around the left side. Breaks tackles. Stiff arm at the 40. Still on his feet. My goodness, Cameron Haller. Stay out of his way.
And folks, what you can't see at home is what Cameron Haller was not able to do last week with his lateral movement. He is tonight, and he's giving them fits here early. It'll be 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1 for the Mavericks from the 40-yard line.
That stiff arm is brutal, Chase. He's going to be just shy of a first down. He need to get the full 39. And they spotted in between the 39 and 40-yard line. Second down and inches upcoming here for the Mavericks. Haller stays in. He'll be the signal caller this time. In motion right to left is Trell Patton. They'll fake the give. It's Haller through that right side. He's got a first down and more. Spins away from a tackle at the 28-yard line, inside the 25, and the pile moves all the way up to the 20-yard line. 19 yards and a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down for Cameron Haller.
He is so dangerous on turf. I mean, on grass and on turf, it's a completely different animal for Cameron Haller because he's not able to make those lateral cuts, but he can just make you look silly moving left to right, east to west on the field, if you will. So 3:52 left to go in the first. 7-0 our score. Marshall almost in the red zone, the Mount Pleasant 21-yard line, 1st and 10.
He also looks like a guy who knows that there was probably a lot of people that were upset with him last week and saying a lot of things, and he's got something to prove this week. He'll keep it this time as a signal caller. Cuts inside now, and he gets up inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. So 7 yards on first down there for Cameron Haller. Another really good gain for Haller and the Marshall Mavericks.
And see, that's a cut he couldn't make last week due to those field conditions. I mean, you saw that, Jamie. He was going right, and he literally stopped on a dime and cut upfield.
Because the beauty of this stuff that we've got, it doesn't go with you.
That's right.
It stays on the ground.
So second down and a long 2.5 for Marshall. 3:06 to play here in the first. 7-0 our score. Marshall with the football.
Empty backfield now here for Cameron Haller. In motion left to right is Trell Patton. They'll fake the give. It's Haller again through the left side. Waits for his blocks to develop. And he's got a first down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So 6 yards and a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down for Trell Patton. And now Marshall with a first down and goal to go situation already on top here, 7-0.
That's Cameron Haller there on the carry there, Jamie, number 5. Oh, Trell Patton.
I thought I said Cameron.
So that'll be,
I don't know.
That'll be what, at the 8-yard line?
Yes,
so
sir.
First and goal at the 8?
Yes, sir. First and goal, Mavericks. Ball spotted at the left hash. This time it will be Haller again. Fakes the give to Trell Patton, and he'll step into the end zone from 8 yards out. Just cruised. Just followed a couple blocks, found a crease, put it on cruise control. Number 5 has 6. 13-0 Big Red.
I tell you what, it's funny to me that everybody from Mount Pleasant is paying such attention to Trell Patton coming in motion. I mean, the safety and the linebacker both go with him. Nobody in the middle of the field, and our best player strolls into the end zone for a touchdown.
Alan Martinez on for the PAT, trying to make this a 14-point game. Patton the holder, good job getting it down. The kick is up, it's right down the middle. With 2:31 left to go in the opening quarter, Marshall strikes again. 14-0 Big Red. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Cruising to Padre with the top down was the best. But that was before we had the kids, all 3 of them. We went from 2-seater to sedan to minivan, joy rides to family trips, detailing to fixing dents from bikes and skateboards.
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes as fast as your taste in cars. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, superfast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/free-TV.
Let's do it.
Plays 49 yards, capped off by the Cameron Haller 8-yard touchdown run as the Mavericks eat up 2 minutes and 17 seconds off of the clock. And there's your Kyle Dansby, attorney at law, scoring drive recap. 14-0 Big Red on top.
Nice tackle there by number 18 for the Mavericks. That's Brandon Andrews, the junior, 5'10", 170 pounds. Comes down, makes a great tackle on the sideline. Gets a high five from Coach Harper coming off the field, and the Tigers will start with pretty bad field position yet again, just inside the 20. They'll mark him about the 19.5. It'll be first down and 10 for Mount Pleasant. 2:26 to go in the first. Marshall leads 14-0.
Tiger football at the 20-yard line at the left hash. And the shotgun, again, is Reynolds. This time it'll be Reynolds with the keeper around the left side. Looking for blocks. Gets a good one at the 25. And a good run for Kyle Reynolds across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. 8 yards on first down for Kyle Reynolds and the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Second down and short upcoming.
Tackle made by number 21, Micah Smith, and Mount Pleasant quick to the line of scrimmage. Whoop, everybody's lost.
Yeah, Reynolds tried to hand the football off, and it's on the ground. And is that Cortez Hurd who got on that football chase?
No, but I think he missed it, but I think Marshall's got it. We finally got on it late, and we do have it.
Yeah, Marshall Maverick football as, boy, I tell you, Kyle Reynolds tried to turn right, and there you go. There's the Tyrannosaurus Rex is on the field. It would be Antonio Washington who came up with the fumble recovery, but the play was made by Antonio Washington as well, as Kyle Reynolds was trying to hand the football off to Travion Hollum and turn the wrong direction.
That's right. He goes the wrong way and gets kind of lost in the backfield, and big number 99 is there to greet him. The ball squirts loose. It was actually recovered by number 44, Sheldon Williams. It rolled around forever, and Marshall picks it up. They'll spot it, at the 23, Jamie?
About the 22-yard line. Chase at the right hash, so Marshall knocking on the door yet again after the takeaway. Cortez Hurd in at quarterback, standing at the 27-yard line. To his right is Cameron Haller to be Hurd with the keeper around the right side. Inside the 20, 15, inside the 10, spins away, and Cortez Hurd, the sophomore, is all the way up to the 4-yard line. 18 yards and a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down for Cortez Hurd, who's taken over here tonight as the signal caller for the Marshall Mavericks. He'll come off right now, but boy, I tell you, we don't lack athletes, that's for sure.
And masterful coaching. We took a situation that was a tough situation for us. We've changed some things up, obviously, this week, and they're working really well. 14-0 lead.
So far, so good. Empty backfield. He'll now first and goal from the 5. It's Cameron Haller. He'll take it and keep it up the middle, fighting, and reaching, and is going to be a yard shy. Second down and goal from the 1-yard line, maybe the 2. So it looks like he got about 3 yards. 3 yards there on first down. So bring up a second down and goal from the 2.
Marshall has not yet attempted a pass here tonight. We have kept it on the ground.
Yeah, I would just do that.
We've had 11 plays, and all of them have been either Haller, Mills, or the new addition in the backfield, Cortez Hurd.
Well, Cortez is going to go back in. Maybe they're going to reward the young man right here and let him keep one. From 2 yards out, under a minute to go in the opening quarter, 14-0 Big Red, knocking on the door again. Second and goal from the 2. Shotgun here for Hurd. Split backs. To his left is Mills. To his right is Haller. They'll put Mills in motion. And now we've got a stoppage in play, and I do believe we've got a delay of game. Delay of game on the Mavericks, and that's on the young signal caller, Cortez Hurd. You got to have some awareness right there, especially when the clock is literally in front of your eyeballs.
Yeah, but that's tough. Sophomore, new position, probably got a little bit of the jitters. I think we had a little bit of...
I don't think it's the jitters. I think right now he's feeling it. He's feeling like, okay, I should have been doing this. I should have been doing this a long time, and I got this thing now. I got it. And then just got that one, let that one get away from him. No harm, no foul, Cortez. Just go ahead and punch it in.
So that second and goal will move it all the way back to the 7. So second and goal for Marshall from the Mount Pleasant 7. 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 our score. Marshall with the lead and knocking on the door.
This time they'll put Haller in motion right to left. It'll be Hurd. He'll keep it. He's trying to turn it up around that left side as he fought off a couple of Mount Pleasant Tigers. He tried to fall in behind his left tackle there and let him ride him to the end zone, but he got just 2 yards to the 5, so third and goal now from the 5. Very patient run that time by Cortez Hurd. That'll be the final play of the opening quarter. Marshall on top, 14-0, knocking on the door when we come back. The second quarter is next. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall specialist Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a blue streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Companies. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
To the second quarter we go. It's all Mavericks 14-0 over the Mount Pleasant Tigers. We'll switch and flip-flop into the field. Marshall now moves left to right on your radio dial. Have it third down and goal from the 5-yard line. Ball spotted at the left hash. It'll be Cameron Haller and Cortez Hurd in the backfield. Cortez Hurd is a new wrinkle tonight for the Mavericks. The sophomore defensive back also plays on special teams. Was a quarterback as a freshman. He's playing a little bit of quarterback here tonight. He's had a good night. He's yet to throw the football, but
played really well so far.
Don't turn it over. The only mistake was allowing the delay a game last snap of the football. This time he'll roll to his right, throws that way, making the catch at the 2-yard line is Chavis Mills, and he's brought down just shy of the goal line, but a good decision and a good throw there by Cortez Hurd as he moved out to his right, found Chavis Mills, but that's really good individual defense by Mount Pleasant to stop Chavis Mills from getting into the end zone.
Yeah.
Fourth down and goal from the 1. Marshall's going to go for it here.
Yeah, that was a really good play there by Cortez Hurd. Had a man in his face, good throw, good catch, and Marshall will have it at the 1-yard line. And we've got our big man back there, Haller, next to Cortez Hurd on 4th and goal.
At the right hash from the 1-yard line. Hurd takes the snap, gives it off to Haller. Stutter steps in the backfield, trying to fight his way. Still fighting, and he's got a touchdown. Are you kidding me? There is no way Cameron Haller should have scored there, Chase.
No,
but he's
sir.
bigger and stronger than a lot of kids in District 15 5A. He showed it right there, and Cortez Hurd leads the Mavericks on a scoring drive after they get a takeaway by Antonio Washington. 20-0, Big Red on top.
Yeah, he was dead in the water. He was about 2 yards short, hit 2 yards in the backfield. Looked like there was no way he was going to get in the end zone, but he kept his feet moving, and those are some pretty heavy feet with Cameron Haller, and he scores a touchdown for the Mavericks.
Snap is down, good hold, and the kick is up, and it's right down the middle. Alan Martinez is a machine right now, as he's been perfect since about September. 11:15 left for the half, 21-0, Big Red on top. Maverick football continues in a moment.
I'm Matt Moore, General Manager at Marshall Ford Lincoln, and it's SUV season at Marshall Ford. That means the biggest discounts of the year, along with the best factory incentives on all of our SUV lineup, including 0% for 72 months on Escape and Expedition. In fact, we have the SUV Sign and Go sales event going where you can come out with 0 down and drive away in the SUV of your choice. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net, or come and see us on Highway 59 South in Marshall. It's Marshall Ford, your 8-time winner of Ford's prestigious President's Award for outstanding customer satisfaction.
It's a Maverick Stampede in 2015. Cameron Haller with the carry around the left side, now reverses field. Inside the 10-5, touchdown Cameron Haller. The young man has done it again. Midfield and more, and it's a foot race.
Bye-bye.
Chavis Mills, 10-5, touchdown Mavericks.
I'm telling you, they're not going to catch Chavis Mills.
Join me and Chase Palmer for every exciting call of Marshall Maverick football right here on your home for the Mavs, KMHT, and EastTexasToday.com.
5 plays, 22 yards, capped off by the Cameron Haller 1-yard touchdown run as the Mavericks chew up 2 minutes and 37 seconds off the clock. Your Kyle Dansby, attorney at law, scoring drive recap as Martinez kick goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Mount Pleasant will have the football at their own 25-yard line. The Mavericks running the football at will here tonight. Cortez Hurd is the signal caller tonight for the Mavericks. He's thrown one pass, and he completed that pass, a short gain of about 2.5 yards to Chavis Mills. But on 4th and 1 moments ago, the Mavericks give it to number 5, and he got 6. It looked like he wasn't going to get there for a moment, Chase, but boy, I tell you, the difference between this week and last week is Cameron Haller with those big, giant legs. When he puts his foot in the ground, last week it was coming out from underneath him. The earth was just taking him down.
Literally. And
this week, it's this is what you play on in 2015. Carpet. In the middle of the hashes, they'll give it to Holloman, and right up the middle come the Marshall Mavericks. They'll lose a couple of yards back to the 23-yard line.
Tackle made by number 30, Smith Hall. Is that Jamiqua?
Yeah.
Sophomore, 6'1", 185. Yet another sophomore. What a play by that young man from the defensive tackle position. And that'll be a loss of 2 on the play.
Another sophomore there, Chase.
Holy smokes, that was a great play.
Could be Jamaica, maybe?
Is it Jamaica?
Well, I'm gonna
I think that's probably right.
We'll call him Jay Hall until we get some clarification on that one. Loss of 2, second down and 12. This time Holloman trying to bounce it out left. And coming up to make the tackle is Jalen Mitchell. DeAndre Osborne there to finish him off. And it's no gain. The ball stays at that 23-yard line. Third down and 12 upcoming.
And that's what we haven't had, Jamie Horton. We haven't had the linebacker play last week to come up and make that tackle. They're doing a great job here tonight filling the hole. Sheldon Williams, Jalen Mitchell, and big number 3, DeAndre Osborne, playing really well tonight. It'll bring up third down along 12 for Mount Pleasant from their own 23-yard line. 10:08 to go in the second. Marshall up 21-0. And just a good-looking football team here tonight in Maverick Stadium.
Took us 9 games, Chase, but it feels and looks like football weather here on one of the last days of October 2015. Now Holloman goes right and then tries to turn it upfield across the 25 to the 27-yard line. So they'll give him 4 yards,
and
but it's going to be well shy of a first down. DeAndre Osborne was in there on the stop for the Marshall Mavericks, and boy, the senior linebacker DeAndre Osborne showing up and showing out here early. He also had a big defensive play last week, set up the only score for the Marshall Mavericks with an interception in the third quarter against the Texas High Tigers. Mount Pleasant Tigers are going to have to put the football in the air again after another 3 and out. Standing back at his own 15 is the punter, Trell Patton, at the Maverick 36, awaiting the boot.
I tell you, great play there by both linebackers. Number 3, DeAndre Osborne. Number 7, Jalen Mitchell. That's 2 seniors playing really well tonight. And Mount Pleasant will have their third punt of the night.
Short kick down here towards the near sideline. Takes a Maverick bounce into Trell Patton's hands. He fields it on the bounce at the 43. And boy, it took 5 or 6 Tigers to get him to the ground. If he is able to scoot out of that, he's gone.
There are 8 Tigers that had to eventually bring him down. Jamie, like you said, had he gotten out of that last little surge by those 3 Tigers, he was gone because there wasn't anybody around him. And Marshall's playing a little bit more inspired football tonight. I think last week they were just so out of sorts with everything that had occurred. Tonight they look like a well-oiled machine. Hats off to these kids. They've regrouped, and they're playing really well here tonight.
You know, we talked about it last week, Chase. They didn't respond real well. When they got down 20-0 there in that first quarter, it just was one of those where they just didn't respond real well. To the ground they go. It's Chavis Mills, who fights his way across the 45 and is slammed backwards after getting up to the 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 yards on first down for Chavis Mills.
Good run there by Mills. I was completely fooled on that play. I looked over actually to the sideline. I thought Trell Patton was going to get a pass. He actually put his hands up like he was going to catch the football, and Mills was down in the middle of the field. So a big 6-yard pickup from him. Second down and 4. They'll mark it at the Marshall 48-yard line. 21-0 Marshall. 8:28 to go in the second.
At the right hash, Haller stays in as the signal caller. To his right is Chavis Mills, and it'll be Mills with the carry across the 50 as he breaks a tackle into Tiger territory, and he's got a Porta-John. Marshall Maverick first down up to the 47-yard line of the Mount Pleasant Tigers, a gain of 5. And again, another Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down as they're once again in Mount Pleasant Tiger territory. It's hard to play 2 Tigers 2 weeks in a row because I keep wanting to say Texas High, but it's Mount Pleasant. They're still the Tigers. There's a lot of Tigers. We got Tigers and Bobcats and Bulldogs. There's only one Lobo.
They may be Tigers here after a little while, though, James.
In motion left to right is Trell Patton. They'll finally give it to him this time on the end around. He cuts up and gets inside the 45, stays on his feet, and knocked down by a host of Mount Pleasant Tigers at about the 42-yard line. So bring a 5-yard gain on first down for Trell Patton.
Got to send a little shout out tonight to with our man Reggie gone watching graduation. Little Sam Palmer's up here helping us keep stats, doing a pretty good job so far.
Sambo.
Doing well. So a gain of 5 there. Marshall's going to have the football at the Mount Pleasant 42-yard line, just chipping away.
Into Tiger territory go the Mavericks again at the right hash, again in motion. From left to right is Trell Patton. Now we've got some movement. A couple of Mavericks moving down here on this right side of the offensive line, and I think Trell Patton might have coerced a little bit too, because he did look like he kind of jumped towards the line of scrimmage, but it doesn't matter. It's a penalty. It was an obvious one.
Big number 75 for Marshall also did Chasen Hines. He's a 6'1", 310-pound sophomore.
Big kid.
Sophomore.
Yep. Big boy.
If you see a theme at home here for us, it's sophomore. This team is ahead of schedule. They are moving the ball well here tonight. They've moved the ball well all year, looking for win number 8 on the season. 7 minutes to go, 21-0 Marshall before the half.
2nd and 10 at the right hash. Hurd back into the quarterback position. He'll hand it off to Chavis Mills. He'll fight his way inside the 45 to about the 1 yard line. So 6 yards there for Chavis Mills on second down. Will bring up a 3rd down and 4, a manageable 4 yards here for the Mavericks. Looks maybe closer to 5 yards, Chase, but we'll give him 6 on our end.
Yeah, I think he got 6. I think we had dueling spots there on either side of the field, so they're going to give him 5. The ball will be spotted right about the 42-yard line of Mount Pleasant, so it'll bring up 3rd down, a long 5 for Marshall. 6:33 to go in the second.
Cortez Hurd stays in at quarterback. This time he'll hand it off to Cameron Haller. He's hitting the backfield, fights away from the tackle, and then is thrown back for a loss all the way back to midfield. They're actually going to spot him at the 48-yard line, so that's a loss of 6. And 4th down for the first time tonight. The Marshall Mavericks are going to have to send Alan Martinez out there to put this football in the air and kick it away to the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
And that's the danger of us being, and this game is really not an indication, but if you get one-dimensional and everybody stacks the box on you, that's what happens on occasion. They're going to have enough people out there to make some tackles and get a loss on you, and that'll be a loss of 6 for Marshall, so it'll be 4th down and a long 11. Martinez will be punting with the wind. He'll be standing at his own 39-yard line.
Back deep to receive is a Mount Pleasant Tiger. Have no idea who he is. But a high kick here, a good one, towards this near sideline, angling towards the end zone and stay out of it. Boy, Arlen Martinez with a good kick right there as he angled it towards this near sideline. Hit inside the 10, right at about the 7, Chase, and then it looked like one of your 7-irons kicked back the other direction.
Well, I tell you what, if there's a kid who has more improved on this football team in the last several years than Alan Martinez, I don't know who it is. He has gotten so much better. And just kudos to him. He's kicking the ball out of the end zone. He's punting well. He's making his kicks. It really, really improved.
We started to see it last year, too. You know, he had a couple, when he started to get into the habit of those pooch kicks, but the ones where we could actually get turnovers on, Chase, and then obviously the onside kick at Sulphur Springs against Sulphur Springs last year. The kid has worked his tail off, and he's been absolutely spot on this year. Shotgun here for the Tigers at their own 20-yard line. It'll be Holloman with the carry. Tries to go off that right guard. Has nowhere to go. Hit and drop. Maybe got a yard to the 21. We'll give him a yard. But Holloman having a tough go of it here tonight with this Maverick front 4.
Antonio Washington there on the tackle. Big number 99. Marshall has now gone to a 5-2 front, and they are really wreaking havoc at the line of scrimmage. Only a 1-yard gain for Mount Pleasant. So 5:12 left to go here in the first half. 21-0 our score. Mount Pleasant looking at a 2nd down and 9 from their own 21.
Yeah, the Mavericks with 4 down linemen, 2nd down and 9 upcoming. And this time they'll go back to the ground. It's Holloman. He's got some room up the middle and a nice run for Travion Holloman. He gets all the way up to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and it's plenty for a Mount Pleasant Tiger first down. About the first time tonight we've seen that Maverick, first line of defense kind of be a little bit porous.
Yeah, that's the first time Holloman's been able to kind of get open in some space and did a good job running
up the middle. Yeah, especially up the middle. He's had one run around the edge one time that was of some length, but nothing really too much tonight for the 1,700-yard back Travion Holloman. But they'll give it to him again. Around the left side he goes, being chased down at the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. A couple of Mavericks there on the tackle. It'll be Cortez Hurd and Sheldon Williams.
And that was a blatant hold there on number 2. Trey Macon on the outside trying to get away to make the tackle. He was held, and so Mr. Shar, Coach Shar, was yelling. Yeah.
I was like, how in the world can you see that?
Oh, Coach Shar was not happy on that, and that was a holding that wasn't called there on the corner. So Marshall only gave up 4, so 2nd and 6 with 4:22 to go in the half.
At the left hash now, the 34-yard line of Mount Pleasant. They'll go back to the ground, and they'll go back to Holloman through the left side. Nice move across the 35 to the 40, midfield and more. Deep into Maverick territory. Holloman now reverses fields, goes left to right. He's inside the 20, inside the 15, and all the way to the Maverick 11-yard line goes Travion Holloman.
Oh, now that's the first time we've broken down. Micah Smith missed him right at the line of scrimmage, and a huge run. 44 yards. 55 yards. 55 yards, and Marshall gives up a long run right before the half. They'll spot it right about the 11, so 1st and 10 for Mount Pleasant from the Marshall 11 with 4 minutes to play. Big defensive series here for Marshall. 21-0 our score, but Mount Pleasant will start the second half with the football, so need a stop here, Jamie.
Under 4 minutes to go. 3:50 to go for the half. 21-0 Marshall, but first down and goal here for the Tigers, and they'll go back to Holloman. Tries to bounce it out wide right. There's a hold, no call, and just got enough of the jersey to bring him down, did Micah Smith, inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Give him the 8-yard line chase, so 3 yards there for Holloman, but a nice tackle by Micah Smith as he just reached around with that right hand as he was going down to the turf. Got enough jersey to bring him down.
Yeah, I think that we are seeing right now some holds there on the outside. You're seeing some jersey pulls. You're seeing some people not able to get off the line of scrimmage. So second down and about 6. They've got the ball spotted right about the 7-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the half. 21-0. Marshall with the lead.
Reynolds will go under center this time as they go in an I formation. He'll hand it off to his fullback, and he's got maybe a yard to the 6. Well, give him 2 yards to the 6.
This is a big down here. Third down, it's going to be 4. They tried to go under center and hand it to the fullback right up the middle. No doing there as the Maverick front 5 did a good job, led by Antonio Washington and Greg Hood, number 96. So let's see if the Marshall Mavericks can get a stop here. Third down and 4 from the Maverick 5. 2:34 left to go until halftime. 21-0. Marshall up, but Mount Pleasant in the red zone.
Reynolds in the shotgun, has Holloman to his right in the backfield. The Tigers can pick up a first down without scoring, and it'll be Holloman keeping the football. He's got nowhere to go. Got inside the 5 to the 4, maybe got a yard, and it'll bring up fourth down here for the Tigers. 4th down and 3, and they're going to go for it here. You almost would guarantee it.
What a good job by Marshall's defense there. Met him at the line of scrimmage, gave up a yard on the play. It's going to be 4th down, a long 3 for Mount Pleasant from the Maverick 4. So what a big play. 1:57 left to go in the half. 21-0 our score. Marshall looking for the big stop inside their own 5. So Jamie Horton, here we go. 4th and 2. Let's see if we can get the stop.
Minute 45 left for the half. Marshall trying to come up with a 4th down. Turnover on downs on the Tigers. 4th and 3. Holloman round the right side, nowhere to go.
He's not going to get it. He'll be short by 2.
He's got nowhere to go. He's got no gain on the play. Marshall's defense shows up, shows out, and spins this football around the other direction with 95 seconds left to go in the half. Maverick football at their own 4-yard line.
What a defensive stand by the Mavericks. They started from the 11-yard line. First down and 10 from the 11, and they're not able to get a first down. So the Mavericks give up 8 plays. They give up a lot of yards, but they give up no points with a minute 35 to go in the half. 21-0 our score. Marshall will start from their own 4-yard line, and you got to think they'll just keep this one conservative, Jamie.
Well, they've had plenty of success with the running game here tonight. It'll be Cameron Haller standing on the stripe of the end zone. Tries to go around that right side, turns it upfield at the 10, up across the 15, still on his feet, up across the 15 to about the 18, 19-yard line. My goodness gracious alive. 15 yards and a Porta-John Maverick first down for Cameron Haller.
Boy, what a run there by Cameron Haller. And just like that, you kind of flipped field position just a little bit, giving yourself a little room with a minute 25.
Right, where now you can maybe get a little bit more aggressive in your play calling. I don't think they will, Chase. And I'll go keep it on the ground here. This time it's Mills from the handoff from Cameron Haller. Haller probably should have kept that one. He shook his head after he handed the ball off as if to say, I should have kept that one. No gain for Chavis Mills. So 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Mavericks, their own 19-yard line. Big Red on top here, 21-0.
Do you take a shot, Jamie Horton? I think I would. You've got the wind behind you. Let's see if we take a shot against these DBs. No safety here.
In motion, left to right is Patton. It'll be Patton with the carry across the 25 and a shoestring tackle. And he gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's enough for a first down. It's 12-yard gain rather for Trell Patton. And a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down. Trell Patton with a couple of nice runs here tonight.
46 seconds to go in the half. Marshall at the 31-yard line. He was a shoestring from being gone on that one. And no safeties, Jamie. I'm kind of surprised that they've got everybody at the line of scrimmage. Nobody back deep at a safety. Now they'll move one man back.
2 by 2, and again, they'll put Patton in motion from left to right. They're going to go deep. Cameron Haller looking for number 27, Clayton Garrett, and overshot the mark. So 2nd down upcoming here, but a good-looking throw that time from Cameron Haller. It looks a little bit better when it's a dry football.
Well, and I think that one actually hung up a little bit because of the wind. We've got a lot of wind right now that's blowing into the west here, blowing east to west, and we're Marshall's moving east to west right now on the field, so the wind kind of got that one, held it up a little bit. So 2nd down and 10 for Marshall from their own 31-yard line. 32 seconds to go in the half. 21-0 our score. Marshall with the lead and the football.
Have it at the right hash at their own 31. As this time, Cortez Hurd will fake the give and keep it through the right side. Picks his way across the 40. Cortez Hurd, he's got enough for a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down to the 43-yard line. 12 yards on 2nd down and 10 for Cortez Hurd, the sophomore. And it's another first down on this drive for the Mavericks. So now, Chase, with 24 seconds, maybe you take another shot here at the end zone. You still have all 3 of your timeouts in your back pocket. It all just depends on what you want to do here offensively or what you want to do heading into the locker room. Shotgun here now with 15 seconds on the clock. It'll be Cameron Haller taking the snap, snaps up in the pocket, throws deep. He's got Dabbs, and it's just over his head. Just overshot him.
Oh, Dabbs kind of slowed down on that when he stopped running early. Had he kept running in stride, it would have been a touchdown.
Good-looking ball again from Cameron Haller, and Jaquavian Dabbs can outrun anybody and got behind the defense again. Maybe a little bit more air underneath that football next time, and that's 6 points. But again, Dabbs, I don't know if he wasn't expecting the football to come his way or not, but right about the 30-yard line, Chase, looked like he might have kind of slowed up or at least was maybe bumped off his route. It's hard to tell. Nonetheless,
I'd throw it again.
Much better throw there by Cameron Haller. Shotgun again, and they'll fake the give. Now underneath they go to Dabbs. Underneath into the 35, inside the 35 to the 33-yard line with 1 second on the clock.
And we'll get a timeout.
We'll get a timeout. We're going to probably put Alan Martinez on the field here and try to attempt a field goal chase. This would be, why not, at the 34, so that'll bring up a, what was that? Where was that last play from there?
Last play looked like, where was that last play?
I think the 43, so the 7.
I think that's right.
7, 10, 17 up to the 22, so 22 yards.
22-yard pass, his first completion on the night. Dabbs' his first catch on the night. So that'll be a 22-yard completion. The ball is spotted right at the 35-yard line. We have the wind at his back. I think I'll let Martinez kick it. 1 second left here on the clock.
Why not? I mean, let the kid get a shot. You're still talking about a 51-yard field goal. But, why not? Give the kid a chance. It's a senior night. 52 yards, actually, Chase, but looks like the Maverick offense is going to come back out here. Look, we saw 2 Hail Marys for touchdowns last year in halves, and they both went to Cordell Archield, who just seems to have a kind of a knack for going up and making big catches to end halves of football. So here we go, the final play of the half at the right hash. It's at the Tiger 35-yard line. Cameron Haller, the signal caller, in the shotgun, standing at the 40-yard line. To his right is Chavis Mills. They'll go trips to the right. Snap is back. Haller drops. He's got single coverage up top. He's going to fire it towards the end zone. It's a jump ball, and Jaquavian Dabbs is there. Touchdown, Marshall. From 35 yards out, and just like we saw twice last year, Chase, as time expired, the Mavericks put one on the board. 6
How
points.
funny is that?
35-yard pitch and catch. Cameron Haller to Jaquavian Dabbs. Big Red back on the board.
There is not a better team for the right before halftime Hail Mary pass in the United States of America.
Why
it's
not?
crazy.
I mean, that was so well designed, too. They went trips to the right, Chase. That way it's like, who do you pick? Who do you cover? And the Mavericks can really kind of intertwine any of those 3 guys however they want to, going down there towards the end zone. Snap is back, hold is good, kick is up, and I think Alan Martinez missed that PAT. It's the first one. I think I jinxed him. That's my fault. That'll be the final play of the first half. We are at intermission, and after the first 24 minutes of football here tonight, it's all Marshall. 27-0 on senior night over the Mount Pleasant Tigers. The Patterson Motors halftime show starts right now. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Hey, East Texas, Richard Trawick at Patterson Ram in Marshall, Texas, and it's truck month, and we've got the biggest savings ever on 2015 Ram Lone Stars. On top of a $5,000 package savings, we're taking $10,000 off MSRP. That's right, $10,000 off MSRP, $5,000 package savings for a total savings of $15,000 on all 2015 Ram Lone Star 1500s. So come by and see us at Patterson Ram on Highway 59 in Marshall, Texas.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair, from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
Rodens, 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with the new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Rodens Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
It's the big event with huge savings. And it's going on now at Campbell Portable Buildings and General Shelters Summer Clearance Sale. If you've been waiting for the right time to save big on the largest selection of storage buildings, offices, living quarters, and RV covers, now is the time. Come in today and let us show you why Campbell's is your #1 award-winning dealer here in East Texas. Campbell Portable Buildings, located at 602 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Outstanding performance, broader coverage options, high quality, top priority service, and claims processing. All faster than a blue streak. Brown Rig Insurance has earned Blue Streak agent status from the Central Insurance Companies. The knowledgeable, experienced staff at Brown Rig are committed to providing you the very best in service, protection, and peace of mind. Visit our offices in Marshall or Jefferson, or contact us at 903-938-8888. Brown Rig Insurance, your hometown Blue Streak agent.
What scares you the most? Is it video buffering, lagging while gaming, or sharing your internet connection with your kids?
With Fidelity's wicked awesome internet speeds, you can get the speed that you need to fit your family's needs. No more delays with online videos, better gaming connections, and enough bandwidth for everyone under your roof. Go to fidelitycommunications.com/internet now to schedule your free installation.
Internet from Fidelity. So fast, it's scary.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your Bandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Bandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Bandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Bandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Bandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Senior night, final regular season home game for your 2015 Marshall Mavericks, and it's all Big Red after 24 minutes of football, 27-0, as the Mavericks capped off a very good first half with a 35-yard touchdown pass as time expired from Cameron Howler to Jaquavian Dabbs. That's Cameron Howler's first touchdown pass since taking over for Justin Hart 2 weeks ago, but he's had a couple of touchdown passes previous to that. Marshall on top 27-0, and you're tuned into the Patterson Motors halftime show, where right now the Mount Pleasant Tiger Band and their I guess the Tigerettes, or I think they call them Tiger Baby Dolls or Tiger Babies or something, are on the field here at halftime. As again, festivities alive tonight. It turned out to be a nice night of football. It's a little bit chilly up here, but it's expected on the 30th day of October. Your stats for tonight brought to you by Century 21 Select Group and Brad Burrs, a family-owned and operated office that strives to provide the high quality of service than individuals expect from a Century 21 office. Brad Burris and his team of agents are simply the best choice for all your real estate needs. Proud to be the #1 real estate company in Marshall and are conveniently located at 215 East Travis in downtown Marshall.
Well, this one has been all Marshall here so far. The Mavericks have kept it on the ground primarily in the first half. They've only attempted 5 passes in the first half. Haller was 2 for 4 for 57 yards, one of those being a 35-yard touchdown pass to Jaquavian Dabbs. Dabbs had 2 receptions for 57 yards, a 22-yarder and the 35-yard touchdown pass. Cortez Hurd, who's come in and played masterfully, I believe, in the first half. Don't you believe
Absolutely.
so?
Absolutely. It really is exciting because he gives us a new dimension now going forward, Chase.
That's right. He was 1 for 1 passing for 4 yards down here to Mills in the right down here in the corner of the end zone. Got it down to the 1-yard line. So Marshall had 61 yards passing in the first half. But here are the big numbers: 206 yards on 22 carries. Marshall averaging 9.36 yards per carry. Haller, 88 yards on 11 carries. He's averaging 8 yards a carry. Mills, 60 yards on 5 carries. He's right at 12. Hurd with 41 yards on 4 carries. He's at 10.2. And Patton with 17 yards on 2 carries for 8.5. So Marshall is just eating up a bunch of clock and a bunch of yards on the ground. Again, 22 carries, 206 yards. Marshall scores on 4 of 5 possessions in the first half, punts 1 time, and the defense holds Mount Pleasant to 3 punts, a fumble, and a turnover on downs.
Well, it feels a whole lot better this week than it did this time last week, Chase. That's for sure. This is fun. This is what we've kind of grown to expect from this Marshall Maverick football team. Also, Brad Burris is a member of the Marshall ISD School Board. He's the one that always argues with Chase. As a member of the Marshall ISD School Board, Brad Burris sees firsthand the many positive things going on within MISD, and Brad's proud to be a part of a school district that continuously strives for excellence both in the classrooms and in extracurricular activities. MISD board member Brad Burris encourages the entire community to support the efforts of Marshall ISD as they seek to maximize the potential of all Marshall ISD students. Let's go, Mavs. There's your first half statistics. It's 27-0. Big Red on top. Now, before we take a break, Chase, big shout-out to Randy and Betsy Cox over at Catfish Express, who have provided Chase and I with a fantastic meal tonight. We were just now going to get a chance to devour this thing, but we've got ribeye steaks with loaded baked potatoes and some shrimp.
Wow.
And just can't thank them enough for doing that for us. And they're big fans. They listen to us. And, thanks again, Randy and Betsy Cox. Go see the folks over at Catfish Express. And, they got all kinds of good food over there, by the way. If you ever go and want some macaroni and cheese, they have really good macaroni and cheese. I go and take my turkeys every year to get them fried over there at Catfish Express, and that's just going to be just around the corner, Chase. It's almost Thanksgiving time. Hard to believe that November is this weekend.
Yeah, it's upon us, and November is upon us, and pretty exciting time of the year, and Marshall looking to go 8-1 for the first time in a long time.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, I hope to be planning a Thanksgiving trip right around this with you to be going and doing some Maverick football. So
it would be a lot of fun.
And then maybe the next day we could head over to the Carter.
Uh-oh.
Listen to the Patterson Motors halftime show. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Hey, East Texas, Richard Trawick at Patterson Toyota in Marshall, Texas, and we're having an inventory closeout on all 2015 Toyota Corolla S model. Only $239 down, only $239 a month, and it's loaded with equipment. Or you can drive in the future in next year's 2016 Toyota Camry in stock for only $279 down, only $279 a month. Inventory closeout on all 2015 Toyota Corolla S model, and it's only at Patterson Toyota in Marshall.
It's a Maverick Stampede in 2015. Cameron Haller with the carry around the left side, now reverses field. Inside the 10-5, touchdown Cameron Haller. The young man has done it again. Midfield and more, and it's a foot race.
Bye-bye.
Chavis Mills, 10-5, touchdown Mavericks.
I'm telling you, they're not going to catch Chavis Mills.
Join me and Chase Palmer for every exciting call of Marshall Maverick football right here on your home for the Mavs, KMHT, and EastTexasToday.com.
At Panola National Bank, we represent integrity in community banking. As a source of financial strength, we're here participating in local events, helping local charities, and serving the financial needs of East Texas. At Panola National Bank, we value the strong relationships we've forged with our customers. Don't forget to download our free apps for mobile banking to better serve your on-the-go banking needs. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Stop by and see Royce Clements at 2203 Victory Drive in Marshall.
Rodens, 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with the new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Rodens Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
Choosing an insurance agency to handle all your insurance needs can be time-consuming and sometimes confusing. The professional staff at Brown Rig Insurance Agency wants to put your mind at ease. The staff at Brown Rig Insurance will bring their knowledge and experience to the table and provide you with cost-effective insurance solutions. Come by 303 West Austin in Marshall or 110 East Lafayette in Jefferson, or call 903-938-8888 and let Brown Rig Insurance take the worry out of protecting your valuable assets.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas. Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall specialist Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
27-0 here at halftime. You're listening to the Patterson Motors halftime shows. We'll turn this one over to the award-winning Mount Pleasant Tiger Band. Absolutely fantastic. 27-0 here at intermission. Marshall on top.
Let it be no more. Let it be no more.
This curse will last till the end of time. Only the kiss of true love can change it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mount Pleasant Sweepstakes Going Gold Band. This week's overall band.
Hey, East Texas, Richard Trawick at Patterson Toyota in Marshall, Texas, and we're having an inventory closeout on all 2015 Toyota Corolla S model. Only $239 down, only $239 a month, and it's loaded with equipment. Or you can drive in the future in next year's 2016 Toyota Camry in stock for only $279 down, only $279 a month. Inventory closeout on all 2015 Toyota Corolla S model, and it's only at Patterson Toyota in Marshall.
For all things Marshall Maverick football, join me, Jamie Horton, and the head coach of your Marshall Mavericks, Clint Harper, every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 during the football season for Tuesday Night Football with the Coach, brought to you by the Andrews Group. Listen live and hear it first as we break down and preview every week of exciting Marshall Maverick football. That's Tuesday Night Football with the Coach, brought to you by the Andrews Group.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas. Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall. Rodens Appliance, 506 Easton Boulevard North, your hometown appliance dealer. Rodens is also your home for Whirlpool appliances. Go check out their Whirlpool Double Oven, the industry's largest capacity freestanding range. Whirlpool ranges are energy efficient, and they also feature a steam cleaning, which cleans 9 times faster than traditional ovens. Whirlpool's hidden bake element gives you that smooth, easy-to-clean surface. Whirlpool at Rodens, where they service what they sell.
When your team plays in your stadium, you appreciate that home field advantage. And if you're a business owner, you can have that advantage by making Texas Bank & Trust a part of your team. They can give you that competitive advantage you need to succeed with your customers. From small business accounts to small business loans, Texas Bank & Trust is there with solutions for your business needs. Call today, 903-927-2040. Or online, texasbankandtrust.com. In Marshall, Texas Bank & Trust is at 715 East End Boulevard South. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall specialist Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
What scares you the most? Is it video buffering, lagging while gaming, or sharing your internet connection with your kids?
With Fidelity's wicked awesome internet speeds, you can get the speed that you need to fit your family's needs. No more delays with online videos, better gaming connections, and enough bandwidth for everyone under your roof. Go to fidelitycommunications.com/internet now to schedule your free installation.
Internet from Fidelity. So fast, it's scary.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
At Maverick Stadium, the final home game of the 2015 regular season. You're listening to the Patterson Motors halftime show. 27-0. Marshall all over the Mount Pleasant Tigers here tonight. Halftime festivities going on right now at midfield as the Mavettes and their mothers having a Mavette Moms Dance is what they're calling it. You can probably hear it in the background. to the song "It Takes Two." So that going on. Just missed a spectacular performance moments ago by the award-winning Mount Pleasant Tiger Marching Band. Just like the Marshall Maverick Big Red Pride, a Division I or First Division rating at the UIL band competition, Region 4 marching band competition held, about 3 weeks ago, roughly, something like that. The Maverick Big Red Pride, though, did not make it to state. Did not earn enough points at the area band competition. I guess last weekend was when that was held. So, but still, you heard David Dinsmore. Those of you who listened to our broadcast of the Region 4 UIL competition talk about how young his band is, and you're talking about a Big Red Pride marching band that's filled with mostly freshmen and sophomores. So that's it's certainly encouraging going forward about the Marshall Maverick Big Red Pride and their band. So again, you're listening to the Patterson Motors halftime show. Stick around. The second half is just around on the other side, as we'll tell you about some of the seniors that were honored here tonight. Again, senior night here at Maverick Stadium. Stay tuned. Maverick football will continue in a moment.
Hey, East Texas, Richard Trawick at Patterson Ram in Marshall, Texas, and it's truck month, and we've got the biggest savings ever on 2015 Ram Lone Stars. On top of a $5,000 package savings, we're taking $10,000 off MSRP. That's right, $10,000 off MSRP, $5,000 package savings for a total savings of $15,000 on all 2015 Ram Lone Star 1500s. So come by and see us at Patterson Ram on Highway 59 in Marshall, Texas.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
Cruising to Padre with the top down was the best. But that was before we had the kids, all three of them. We went from two-seater to sedan to minivan, joy rides to family trips, detailing to fixing dents from bikes and skateboards.
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes as fast as your taste in cars. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
Pick your poison. Throw to the end zone in a beautiful dime piece. Off the right arm of Justin Hart to Trell Patton. Haller with the keeper. He's got a lot of room around the left side. He's got one man to beat. Touchdown, Cameron Haller. Now Hart steps, has a man wide open. Making the catch at the 5 and walking into the end zone is Trell Patton. Touchdown Mavericks from 43 yards out. Join me and Chase Palmer for every exciting call of Marshall Maverick football right here on your home for the Mavs, KMHT, and EastTexasToday.com.
It's the big event with huge savings. And it's going on now at Campbell Portable Buildings and General Shelters Summer Clearance Sale. If you've been waiting for the right time to save big on the largest selection of storage buildings, offices, living quarters, and RV covers, now is the time. Come in today and let us show you why Campbell's is your #1 award-winning dealer here in East Texas. Campbell Portable Buildings, located at 602 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Rodin's Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard North at the overpass. They want to introduce you to the Whirlpool refrigerator, 28 cubic feet, 4-door. Extra refrigerated drawer for easy access, easy slide storage bins, indoor ice, tap touch controls, adjustable gallon door bins, ice and water filter, Whirlpool beauty, capacity, dependability. Whirlpool, the brand to trust. And Rodin's, where they service what they sell. 506 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
If you love your high school, Texas Bank & Trust has a great new way to show your Bandemonium. It's with the new Texas Bank & Trust High School Bandemonium Visa check cards. These cards have high school colors and mascots from many East Texas schools. Use the Bandemonium card for your normal everyday purchases and show your school spirit at the same time. Texas Bank & Trust Bandemonium Visa check cards. The one card fans demand. Texas Bank & Trust. Strength, stability, service, and Bandemonium cards.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Burn it down.
To attend University of Texas.
That's the fastest meal like ever. Again, we just chowed down. Thanks again to Catfish Express, by the way, for just hooking us up. Randy came up to me this afternoon. We're doing the tailgate party. They came over, saved our bacon this afternoon by coming over and hooking hot dogs and hamburgers for us. And he goes, "Hey, how does Chase like his steaks?"
Well, it was really good.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he means. He said, "Well, I was going to get you guys some ribeyes tonight." And after finally tracking down Chase, because I was filled with excitement and got a hold of him, we figured this whole thing out. So thanks to Randy and Betsy, and my goodness, a loaded baked potato. We had some shrimp and a ribeye steak, and they were fantastic. I kind of wish this game was over.
Yeah, we need a nap.
I could get a recliner and watch highlights and stuff. But again, we're at halftime, 27-0. Marshall all over the Tigers of Mount Pleasant. The final half, or the final highlight of the first half, rather, was the 35-yard pitch and catch with 1 second on the clock from Cameron Howlert to Jaquavian Dabbs, something we just got accustomed to seeing last year.
And really, have you ever seen a school in 2 years run the play 3 times and be 3 for 3?
Yeah, no, I haven't, but that's what they did. They designed it. I mean, they expect to score on that play, and they did. And I just a fantastic first half of football, especially after the hangover of last week, Chase, in a game where I think, to a man, if these kids had an opportunity to talk to you, they'd say, look, we get those guys in dry conditions. We get them on our field. We get them somewhere neutral or whatever where the earth isn't moving from underneath our feet. I think we beat them. And I think that's true. I mean, because, Chase, after that 20-point first quarter blitz, it's an even football game the rest of the way.
That's right.
Last Friday night. So it just – look, a lot of fans hard on the Mavericks this week. But they, you know what? That's also a good sign, Chase, because when fans start getting on you, it means you're good. All right, it means you're good again. It means they care again. 3 years ago, they wouldn't have cared. They wouldn't have cared nothing about it.
And I'll tell you what, a little shout out right now as we hear the Marshall Big Red Pride. What strides have they made in the last several years? That's a lot louder, a lot bigger band. They went to area this year, didn't proceed from there, but the first time they've gotten there in several years, so congrats to them and David Dinsmore.
Yeah, David Dinsmore's just done a heck of a job. He's been here twice now, his second stint with the Mavericks, or with the Big Red Pride. Left and then came back, and I tell you what, the best thing about it, Chase, is his band is comprised mainly of freshmen and sophomores. So it's a young band. They're still growing together. His numbers are way up. Participation is way up. But a beautiful sounding band. I tell you what I get most excited about is the orchestra. when they do the sight reading concert and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Last year, we recorded it and then played it, one day during the day. And I listened to our performance, and it was beautiful. I mean, it sounded like literally being at a symphony.
I tell you what, Tina Brown, the new principal over there, second year at the high school, she's doing a great job. Our high school is growing. Our school district is growing. We have new facilities on the way. The future is bright right here for the Big Red.
Talking about growth, Snapshot Day was today, and I heard Barris. I heard Baylor Burris's name. She was the principal today at Marshall High School during the pep rally.
She was.
And if you don't know Baylor, you don't know Baylor Burris, you never heard her talk, she has the most adorable little Marshall twang, okay?
That's right.
And she did a fantastic job today. I got video from both Brad and Nikki on Facebook of her doing the announcements and setting up for the pep rally and all that kind of stuff. She did a fantastic job. She's got a future in broadcasting. She's got a future in front of the camera.
Or a principal.
This is true. But the way she handled it, what is she, 10? She's a 10-year-old. I think she's the same age as my daughter.
That's right.
The way she handled it was just spot on. Fantastic. And it was adorable. It was so adorable. Chase, it is now time for the second half kickoff. Believe it or not, it was a little bit longer this Friday night because we actually had a halftime show. Last week we didn't have to deal with a halftime show. Second half kickoff tonight brought to you by the Paisley Rose, who reminds you that they're avid supporters of the Marshall Mavericks. The Paisley Rose invites all Maverick fans and boosters to stop by and have monogramming done on hats, shirts, sweatshirts, or other memorabilia. Don't forget to take care of mom and dad while you're there. Check out their selection of adorable children, toddler, and baby items. Second half kickoff brought to you by the Paisley Rose. It'll be Marshall receiving the second half kick as Mount Pleasant had the kickoff to start the football game.
That's right. I got that wrong first.
Did you say that?
I had said I thought that Mount Pleasant was going to start with the football. So if you're listening at home going, what in the world? I just screwed that up before the half, Jamie Horton.
I bet they forgot. Pretty deep kick. It'll chase Chavis Mills back to his 6-yard line. He'll catch it on the run. Now move across the 15. Cuts upfield. Up to the 20, 25, 30. Jumps over a man. Taken down pretty roughly at the 31, 32-yard line. Boy, it was...
I'm going to tell you, I think Chavis Mills does everything fast. I mean, he must brush his teeth at the speed of light. Did you see how fast he got moving with that football?
He got from the 6 to the 32-yard line pretty quick. That's a 26-yard kickoff return for Chavis Mills. And
I mean, what a run back from him. He caught the ball about the 5-6 yard
line. About the 5 or 6 yard line, but he actually started. He was standing at about the 15, had to go all the way back towards the far end, right in front of the pylon there, or towards that front pylon of the far side of the football field to make that catch kind of over the shoulder, turned back around, and got 26 yards. At the left hash at the 32-yard line, Marshall with the football to start the second half. It'll be Chavis Mills. He'll take the handoff. Now goes right, now back left. Up across the 40, 45, midfield and more, and spilled inside of the Texas Tiger 45 to the Mount Pleasant Tiger 44-yard line. They almost got called Texas High again.
I tell you what, the acceleration, he does a great job of doing everything, not only quickly, but full steam ahead. And it's just a joy to watch Chavis Mills run the football.
24 yards.
24 yards for Chavis Mills to start the second half. Wow.
Shotgun here. And this time, Cameron Howler goes right back on the ground game. It's Mills up the middle. He goes. A big hole inside the 20.
What a run
zone for a touchdown. Chavis Mills.
What a run.
Would not be denied. 33 has 6 from 44 yards out, and it's the Chavis Mills show here in this third quarter. He got the kickoff return, went 26 yards, went 24 yards, and 44 yards.
What
Chavis
a
Mills.
run.
Just an outstanding young man. If you look right there on the scoreboard, it says 33-0. Chavis Mills wears number 33, so it's kind of a poignant moment right there, Chase.
I tell you what, that was it's so much fun to watch him run because he plays with so much excitement, so much passion, and that's a really good way to be a senior.
Now, botched snap here as Terrell Patton's going to have to field it, and the holders just spinning, and finally taken down. That's the last 2 times we snapped the football to kick an extra point, Chase. Martinez missed one, and that one was a low snap that Patton had to grab, catch, and figure out a way to get spun around and try to get himself into the end zone. Unable to do so, but with 11:20 left in the third quarter, 33-0. Marshall on top of the Mount Pleasant Tigers Maverick football. We'll continue in a moment.
Choosing an insurance agency to handle all your insurance needs can be time-consuming and sometimes confusing. The professional staff at Brown Rig Insurance Agency wants to put your mind at ease. The staff at Brown Rig Insurance will bring their knowledge and experience to the table and provide you with cost-effective insurance solutions. Come by 303 West Austin in Marshall or 110 East Lafayette in Jefferson, or call 903-938-8888 and let Brown Rig Insurance take the worry out of protecting your valuable assets.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair, from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
Now 2 plays and 68 yards for Chavis Mills and the Mavericks. Sir Kyle Dansby, attorney at law, scoring drive recap. A low-line drive kickoff is fielded inside the 5, and the Tigers bring it up ahead to the 20-yard line before being brought down at the 21, making the stop down there. I believe that is 21, Micah Smith, with the tackle. So the Mavericks choose just 40 seconds of the game clock. It's Chavis Mills on the kickoff return. It's Chavis Mills 24 yards. Then Chavis Mills with a 44-yard touchdown run to cap it off. Takes 40 seconds and punches it in 33-0. Marshall all over the Mount Pleasant Tigers here tonight.
Got a similar score over in Longview. The Longview Lobos lead the Sulphur Springs Wildcats 34-3 at halftime. So everybody kind of taking care of business in the top 4 this week.
Shotgun here for the Tigers, moving right to left. It's Travion Holloman. What a surprise. He'll take the handoff and get it up to the 24-yard line. 4 yards on first down for Holloman, as Kyle Reynolds and the Mount Pleasant Tiger offense back out and operating yet again.
Gain of about 5 on the play. Bring up about 4. Second and a long 6 for Mount Pleasant. They'll mark it right at the 24-yard line of the Tigers. 33-0 our score. Marshall on top. 10:49 left to go in the third quarter.
Shotgun here again for Reynolds at the right hash. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line of Mount Pleasant. Holloman, the deep man in the backfield, standing at about the 17-yard line. They'll throw it out here to the right. Trey Macon's going to pick it off at the 22, and he's going to score. Boy, Trey Macon just stepped right in front. He was reading that the entire way. Pick 6 for Trey Macon, and it's 39-0 Big Red.
That was a wide receiver screen, and that was not sold very well. It took a long time for the quarterback to get the ball out. Trey Macon, ball hawk out there. I mean, he read that all the way.
So Trey Macon is not going to be the beneficiary this week, though, of the turnover T-Rex, as Marshall's already gotten their turnover tonight.
So how many yards was that, Jamie Horton?
22 yards on the pick 6 for number 2, Mr. Trey Macon, the sophomore. Making a play. Snap is back. Hold is good. This time Martinez kick is right down the middle. And with 10.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter, Marshall on the board again, 40-0. Big Red. Maverick football continues in a moment.
It's the big event with huge savings. And it's going on now at Campbell Portable Buildings and General Shelters Summer Clearance Sale. If you've been waiting for the right time to save big on the largest selection of storage buildings, offices, living quarters, and RV covers, now is the time. Come in today and let us show you why Campbell's is your #1 award-winning dealer here in East Texas. Campbell Portable Buildings, located at 602 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Cruising to Padre with the top down was the best. But that was before we had the kids, all 3 of them. We went from 2-seater to sedan to minivan, joy rides to family trips, detailing to fixing dents from bikes and skateboards.
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes as fast as your taste in cars. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
Now 22-yard interception return for a touchdown by the sophomore, number 2, Trey Macon. And it takes like 15 seconds off the clock, something like that. He's going to have to field that and come out with it, I believe, Chase.
No.
No?
It goes in. You can keep it in.
Yeah, I guess you can keep it in if it goes in. You're right.
That was a squibby kick. That was an interesting kick. It jumped all over the place, went right over. Is that Holloman's head back there? I think it is.
Not sure who that is, but again, there's your Kyle Dansby Attorney Law scoring drive recap, and this time the Mavericks score on defense. 22-yard pickoff by Trey Macon.
And folks, we'll tell you how hard it is to read the numbers here for Mount Pleasant. They're in white jerseys with yellow numerals, so it's really hard for us to see unless they're looking right at us.
And they're not trimmed in anything. Those numerals aren't trimmed. It's very difficult, that's for sure.
25-yard line.
Tiger football at their own 25, trailing here 40-0. 10.5 minutes to play for the third. Now go up the middle, the ball's loose. Looks like the Mavericks got another turnover at the 25.
We do.
And they do. Coming up with it is number 3, DeAndre Osborne. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's pouring down right now on the Mount Pleasant Tigers as the Mavericks are 22 minutes away from clinching a playoff berth for the third consecutive year under the tutelage of Coach Clint Harper, who, by the way, is one of just 3 coaches since 1968. So the Mavericks have had 11 coaches since 68. He's one of 3 that have beaten the Longview Lobos, and he's got really good company.
And this is a stat we hadn't talked about, you and I, and I'm not sure what it is, but if Marshall wins tonight, and it looks like they're going to do so fairly easily, it will be the first time in a long time the Mavericks have gone undefeated at home.
This time, Cameron Haller will keep it. Now throw it out to the left, and he's got Terrell Patton. And he makes the catch inside that 25, being thrown now back for they're trying to throw him for a loss. The forward progress is stopped at about the 23-yard line, so it's a gain of just 2. Well, I tell you what, that was one of those RPO plays right there where Terrell Patton is wide open. He's down there on that far sideline. Cameron Haller kind of dancing around in the backfield chase, finally decides to let the ball go over to him on a little screen pass, but Terrell Patton didn't have anywhere to go that time.
Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for Marshall. They're at the 30,
about the 23. Right about the 23 of the Tigers. On top here, 40-0. Into the game again as a signal caller is Cortez Hurd. He'll take the snap, now pitch it out to the right. It's Cameron Haller. Nice move as he cuts upfield inside the 20. And still on his feet inside the 15. Chase and taken down at about the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 yards and a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down.
Well, I tell you what, he just has such good vision, Cameron Haller. You don't have many kids that have the ability to stop on a dime and see the whole field as he does, and he picks up 10 yards there. It'll be first down and 10 for Marshall. The ball spotted right about the 13-yard line of Mount Pleasant. 9:12 to go here in the third quarter. 40-0 our score. Marshall all over the Mount Pleasant Tigers, and will slowly move to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, have an opportunity here to cash in on their second straight takeaway with some points. Have it at the 13-yard line. This time it's Hurd. The give goes to Haller. Right up the middle he goes and kind of stutter steps his way for a pickup of about 2 yards to the 11. So a second down and 8 upcoming for the Mavericks.
Now, Jamie, I know that we have a big lead here, but you wonder if Marshall will take this opportunity to try to work on our passing game a little bit with 1 game to go. What do you think?
The reason I think you don't want to do that, I guess for one reason, is I don't think you want to put anything on film with a new quarterback right now, because you're on kind of a good spot in terms of you've got 2 games before you hit the postseason. And you've got a lot of film out there, but you don't have a lot of film with number 4 as your signal caller. He'll take the snap. He'll turn it around the right side. Cortez Hurd puts his head down, gets inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. He's close to a Maverick first down, but he's going to spot him. Well, I think they're going to spot him right at the 4, Chase, so he will be about a half a yard shy of a first down. So he got 7 yards, did Cortez Hurd.
That's a good run there by Hurd. He came out and found the sideline, kind of tiptoed down it here on Marshall's sideline. So,
and he showed a little bit of oomph right there at the end, Chase. A sophomore kid putting his head down, not trying to take it out of bounds. He was trying to turn it upfield and get to that pylon. Shotgun here, it's Hurd. He'll give it to Cameron Haller up the middle. Cameron Haller, touchdown. Number 5 has 6, his 3rd touchdown of the night. He was shut out of the end zone the last 2 weeks. But tonight he's got 3 touchdowns. Marshall back on the board, 46-0, Big Red.
I tell you what, this game is all Marshall right now. That only took 4 plays. The Mavericks take a little bit of time off the clock, but still an eternity left in this one. 7:40 to go in the third, and Marshall a point away from making it a 47-0 lead.
Good snap, good hold. Martinez, he's starting to feel that groove again. It's right down the middle. 7:40 left to play in the third. Your new score, 47-0. Good guys on top. Maverick football continues in a moment.
Rodens Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard North at the overpass. They want to introduce you to the Whirlpool refrigerator, 28 cubic feet, 4-door. Extra refrigerated drawer for easy access, easy slide storage bins, indoor ice, tap touch controls, adjustable gallon door bins, ice and water filter, Whirlpool beauty, capacity, dependability. Whirlpool, the brand to trust. And Rodens, where they service what they sell. 506 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
And 25 yards, capped off by the 4-yard touchdown run by number 5, Cameron Haller, his third of the night. Now, Alan Martinez, boy, he loses his footing as he tries to put his foot into that football chase, and he takes a slide down, and it's a line drive kick on the ground, a little skimmer.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that is Mount Pleasant will have their best field position of the night, and it's only the 32-yard line.
And they had no gain, actually, on the return either. I think that ball was pretty much downed immediately, but your Kyle Dansby attorney-at-law scoring drive recap. Again, the Mavericks have already put 20 points on the board here in 4.5 minutes of action in the third quarter. They've turned 2 turnovers into points.
2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock is all that took, Jamie.
This time, Reynolds will keep it around the right side. He's got nowhere to go, and he's stood up by Micah Smith at the 36-yard line. A gain of 1 by the quarterback, Reynolds. That's Kyle Reynolds with the keeper.
Good job by Micah Smith coming up at the line of scrimmage, held his own, made the tackle. They're going to give him about 2 on that play. Well, about 1.5 yards.
In Florida, they call that standing your ground.
There you go. That's right. That's right. 7:10 to go here in the third. Marshall all over.
And at the right hash, Reynolds in the shotgun at the 36-yard line. Gain of 1. Holloman with the carry up the middle he goes. And boy, just got taken down by Micah Smith at the last second. Otherwise, it might have been 88 now at the gate for number 25, Travion Holloman. He gets all the way up to the 44-yard line of the Tigers, so 3rd down and 1 upcoming. Give him 8 yards.
Tackling machine tonight is number 21, Micah Smith. He's having a whale of a football game from his safety position, doing really, really good job for Marshall.
Somebody needs to put that kid in college.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody needs to come down here and put that kid in the college. 6.5 minutes to go for the third. At the 44-yard line, Holloman with the carry. Up the middle he goes. First down across the 45 and just shy of midfield to the 48-yard line, so 4 yards on 3rd down and 1 for Travion Holloman.
That'll take us under 6.5 to play here in the third quarter. 47-0 our score. Marshall with the lead. Mount Pleasant with a first down and 10 from their own 49-yard line. The Mavericks looking to try to hold him out of the end zone in this one, looking for that goose egg shutout.
Just shy of midfield are the Tigers. They've been in Maverick territory just one time tonight and were turned away inside the 5-yard line on a turnover on downs, trying to get there again. This time it's Holloman around the right side. There's a hold, no call, and a nice job coming up to make the play on a shoestring tackle. That's number 36 for the Marshall Mavericks, Christian Lavera, the sophomore. Another one of these sophomores, Chase.
Boy, I tell you what, we are sophomore laden, and we're just going to get better. Our defense gets better every week. And, again, a lot of sophomores, so a lot to look forward to here, especially defensively for Marshall. 5:35 left to play in the third. 2nd down and 9, Mount Pleasant from their own 49.
Reynolds again in the shotgun to his back cheek, on the left cheek there. Holloman gets the carry, and Holloman's going to be stopped shy of midfield. So no gain thing. I think he might have lost half a yard. Chase back to the 49.
How about this? 2 sophomores there on the tackle. Jamaica Smith Hall, the defensive end, 6'1", 185 sophomore, and number 36, Christian Lavera, the linebacker, 6', 185 sophomore. No gain on the play, maybe a loss. They'll mark him right at the 49.
And I think some of these guys are getting some run right now with a big lead and trying to, piece them in, see what kind of depth we have. And so far, so good for those guys, because I don't see DeAndre Osborne or Jalen Mitchell in there right now, the 2 seniors. 3rd down and 9 here for the Tigers. Shotgun. Reynolds will delayed handoff up the middle on the draw. It's Holloman. Big hole. He's off to the races, gets inside the 30, and he's drilled down right at the 25-yard line of Marshall. And if I'm not mistaken, that's number 21, Micah Smith, who comes down and makes the hit. Holloman ran right into him as he tried to cut back across the field, left to right, and boy, right there waiting on him was Micah Smith. Good run there for Travion Holloman. That is a gain of, well, did we have a flag, Chase?
No, they're just going to mark him back. They're not going to give him the slide there. They're going to mark him back at the 25.
26 yards on the run.
Good tackle there again by Micah Smith. Got a couple of sophomores out of position on that play just a little bit, which was enough for Holloman to kind of sneak through there. 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant.
Now Reynolds goes back to the ground. It's Holloman again. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Now gets inside the 20. And Micah Smith with another tackle up to the 17-yard line. So 8 yards on 1st down for Travion Holloman. And again, the tackle made by number 21, Micah Smith, from his safety position.
Again, had a guy there. That was number 36 for Marshall. That is Christian Olvera. Had him in the backfield, but not able to bring him down. 2nd down and 2 for Mount Pleasant. 3:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Marshall up 47-0.
Now Reynolds takes the snap out of the shotgun. Surprise, surprise. Back to the ground they go to Holloman. And, boy, nice job right there by that Greg Hood. Greg Hood reached around his blocker to grab Travion Holloman to just get enough of him to slow him down, and actually finished off the tackle with an offensive lineman in tow. So a good play right there. No gain on 1st down for Holloman and the Texas High Tigers. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Using a lot of clock here. We'll go under 3.5 to play in the 3rd. Again, 47-0 our score. Second.
Excuse me, that'd be 1st down because that was a 1st down run because it was 9. Never mind. Yeah. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Holloman this time trying to bounce it out wide to the right and chased down from behind. There's going to be a flag that comes in late. This could be one of two things. There was a hold on that side. Don't know if that's what this is for because it is an awfully late flag.
Yeah, that's going to be
holding. We might have a face mask.
I think that's going to be holding because we had one guy, I think number 96, Greg Hood, got ridden down over there.
And he was still made the tackle.
Yeah, he was trying to get off his man to make the tackle. I think there's going to be holding on Mount Pleasant, or at least that's the initial indication. And it will be as the referee marks off 10 yards, holding on the Tigers. It'll march them all the way back across the 20. They'll spot it about the 21-yard line, so it'll bring 1st down and, what is that, Jamie, 16?
Well, see, Chase, you got to get to the 4-yard line, so about 17 yards.
1st and 17 for Mount Pleasant. 3:03 left to go in the 3rd. Again, 47-0 our score. Mavericks up on Mount Pleasant. Beautiful night here turned out.
It has turned out to be a very beautiful night here. Shotgun here for Reynolds. Single back set. It's Holloman who gets the carry around that right side. There's a hold, no call. Fighting off the block. Now a flag comes in late. And this one might be he might have came back and got him on that face mask, Chase. We'll see. But I think he was held.
Yeah, it's either going to be a hold on the outside or they're going to call Trey Macon number 2 for a face mask because he jumped on
just braced it. If he did, it just was one of those where he came across the front of it.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it's going to be.
Boy, I tell you.
There's no call yet from the official, but it looks like it's going to be against Marshall is the indication.
Yeah.
Boy, Trey Macon jumped on Holdeman like he was trying to ride a pony. Did you see him out there?
He got on him pretty quick, though, too. I thought he was held initially. There you go. Slow it down. Okay. So now to bring up a 1st down and goal after the penalty. So
2:42 left to go in the 3rd. Again, 47-0 our score. Marshall up, and back in the red zone is Mount Pleasant for the 2nd time tonight, 1st and goal.
Shotgun here for Reynolds. To his right is Holloman, and it'll be Holloman with the it'll be Reynolds with the keeper around the right side. Nowhere to go. Boy, he turned it upfield there and got a couple of yards there, Chase, up to about the 7-yard line. So 2 yards for Reynolds on 1st down. I believe that was Micah Smith again.
Yeah, guess who met him out there? Number 21, Micah Smith. Out comes Antonio Washington for a minute. I think he lost his helmet, so he'll have to come off.
Well, and it looks like look at that strap is coming apart, too, down there.
On for Marshall, number 68, that's Julian Oliver, the 5'10", 250-pound senior. So 2nd down and goal to go for Mount Pleasant from the Marshall 7-yard line. 1:54 left to go in the 3rd. Marshall with a 47-0 lead.
2nd down and goal. Reynolds will move Holloman to his right. The ball spotted at the right hash. It'll be Holloman with the carry. Runs right in to number 68, and I think that was the aforementioned Julian Oliver that you just mentioned moments ago, who will run right into number 68, and he just takes him down to the ground with him like a little pirouette.
Good play by Julian Oliver, only giving up a yard, so it'll bring up 3rd down and goal. They'll mark it right about the 6-yard line, so let's see if the Maverick defense can, for the 2nd time tonight, hold him out of the end zone.
Actually, that wouldn't be a pirouette, would it?
I don't get into ballerinas much.
I don't know much about it either, but it just seemed like the proper thing to say. Like just take them down.
It really sounded
good. It's a very gentle kind of move. If you will.
Well, Mount Pleasant needs a gentle kind of timeout, and they're going to take one right now. We'll take one with them. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back in just a second. You're listening to Maverick Football on KMHT.
Rodens Appliance, 506 East End Boulevard North, your hometown appliance dealer. Rodens is also your home for Whirlpool appliances. Go check out their Whirlpool Double Oven, the industry's largest capacity freestanding range. Whirlpool ranges are energy efficient, and they also feature a steam cleaning, which cleans 9 times faster than traditional ovens. Whirlpool's hidden bake element gives you that smooth, easy-to-clean surface. Whirlpool at Rodens, where they service what they sell.
When your team plays in your stadium, you appreciate that home field advantage. And if you're a business owner, you can have that advantage by making Texas Bank & Trust a part of your team. They can give you that competitive advantage you need to succeed with your customers. From small business accounts to small business loans, Texas Bank & Trust is there with solutions for your business needs. Call today, 903-927-2040. Online, TexasBankandTrust.com. In Marshall, Texas Bank & Trust is at 715 East End Boulevard South. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Out of the timeout, 66 seconds left on the third quarter clock, 47-0 Marshall. Reynolds will throw the fade to the end zone, and it's off the hands of the defender out there, and I believe that's number 22 for the Mavericks, Brandon Jernigan.
What a play by the senior, Brandon Jernigan. They went with the back corner fade. They were looking for the fade in the corner of the end zone. Perfectly played by Brandon Jernigan, and that'll bring up 4th down and goal for Mount Pleasant from the Marshall 6. And, Jamie, can we hold them out twice?
Again? Can we do it again? The first time it happened from the 4-yard line. This time from the 6. The Maverick defense trying to turn this football back in the other direction. 61 seconds left on the third quarter clock. Moving right to left are the Tigers, have the ball at the right hash. It's Reynolds in the shotgun. Right behind him is Holloman. They'll give it off to Holloman. He's going to be hit in the backfield. Now he goes back the other way, and he's got nowhere to go.
How about that?
21, Micah Smith finishes him off. The Maverick defense does it again. Spin the football around and give it the other direction. Maverick football, and they got out of the end zone. That's the best thing about that, Chase. They actually gave their offense some cushion.
They will lose yardage on the play.
6 yards.
All the way back outside the 10. They'll mark him at the 12. So for the second time tonight, Mount Pleasant gets inside the 10-yard line. They come away with 0 on the scoreboard. Marshall keeps a 47-0 lead. 54 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and that's really big for the defense. This guy's a good running back.
Now we've got to get to that point where maybe it's the second goal. You know, you get those little miniature goals within the game. Pitch a shutout. This time it'll be Maverick football. And it'll be Cortez Hurd with a quick throw out to the left. It's Trell Patty's got a lot of room in front, 25, and they blow it dead.
Oh.
What happened? Did they blow it dead before it ever started, Chase? There's no flags on the field. Maybe they didn't say that it was set.
I'll tell you they blew it dead, and what's interesting about that, the guy on the Mount Pleasant sideline did not blow it dead. It was blown dead by the white hat from behind. Not sure how he saw that ball touch the ground, if it did, but it was a low pass.
Is that what it was, incomplete?
It's an incomplete pass from Hurd. And that was going to be interesting.
I'd like to see that one again.
Nonetheless, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Marshall from their own 12. Good play there. Good play call.
Cortez Hurd in it. Quarterback to his right is Cameron Haller. It'll be Haller with the carry off left guard. Up the middle he goes. Gets across the 15 to the 20-yard line. So he got about 8 yards there, Chase. So a 3rd down and 2 upcoming for the Mavericks. Need to get the full 22 for a first down, and Cameron Haller again continues to churn up positive yardage here tonight. Over the century mark he is, and he's also gotten back into the scoring column after being held out of the end zone rushing for the last 2 weeks, Chase. He's got 3 rushing touchdowns here tonight. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. We'll go to the fourth quarter. It's all Big Red tonight. 47-0 Mavericks on the final home game of the 2015 regular season. Maverick football continues in a moment.
I'm Matt Moore, General Manager at Marshall Ford Lincoln, and it's SUV season at Marshall Ford. That means the biggest discounts of the year along with the best factory incentives on all of our SUV lineup, including 0% for 72 months on Escape and Expedition. In fact, we have the SUV Sign and Go sales event going where you can come out with zero down and drive away in the SUV of your choice. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or come and see us on Highway 59 South in Marshall. It's Marshall Ford, your 8-time winner of Ford's prestigious President's Award for outstanding customer satisfaction.
At Panola National Bank, we represent integrity in community banking. As a source of financial strength, we're here participating in local events, helping local charities, and serving the financial needs of East Texas. At Panola National Bank, we value the strong relationships we've forged with our customers. Don't forget to download our free apps for mobile banking to better serve your on-the-go banking needs. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Stop by and see Royce Clemens at 2203 Victory Drive in Marshall.
On top here tonight, 47-0 as we go to the fourth quarter. We'll flip-flop the direction of the football. Marshall now moves right to left on your radio dial. Ball spotted in between the hash marks at the 20. Split back set here in the shotgun. It's Cortez Hurd with a little toss out to the left. It's Chavis Mills across the 20, 25, 30, and taken down at the 35-yard line, and that's a run of 15 yards and a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down as Chavis Mills continues his march over the century mark here tonight.
Yeah, good run there from Chavis. Listen to these numbers for Chavis Mills. He's got 8 carries. Here they are, 43, 6, 5, 6, 24, 44, and 15. That's yards in bunches.
Yeah, it's big chunks, we've made our living this season, Chase, offensively on explosive plays. I mean, I don't know how many drives we've had under 2 minutes this year, but it's got to be
the vast majority.
I would venture to guess the vast majority. You know, the night that you were gone after that you were in Tahiti and Matt Moore filled in for you, I think we had a couple of 90-plus yard drives from this end of the field that went, I think, less than 90 seconds, Chase. I mean, it was just ridiculous how quick and how explosive this offense can be as Cameron Haller will take the first down handoff and get a couple of yards up to the 37-yard line, chasing. Well, I tell you what, I think now's about the time where maybe number 5 maybe should take a seat.
I would agree.
Maybe number 33 take a seat. We'll see. You know, I don't know what kind of depth we got there, but I don't see Denzel. I don't see 24. Yeah, I do. There's Denzel right down there. Maybe 24 can get a little run here tonight, but you know, we've been snake-bitten the last couple of weeks. Obviously the loss of the season for Caden Landreneau, Justin Hart, those guys. Maybe that's what they're going to do now. Call a timeout. Timeout, Mavericks will take one with them. 47-0 Big Red, 10:41 left to play here tonight. Maverick football continues in a moment.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
For generations, folks looking for a new car, truck, or SUV have trusted Chevrolet, America's #1 automaker. And for 3 generations, East Texans have trusted family-owned Niles Chevrolet in Marshall. Whether you're looking for a sporty Cobalt, a rugged Silverado, or the redesigned Tahoe, our folks will work with you to get the best possible deal. It's what we've done at Niles for 70 years. Treat you fairly. No wonder everyone seems to leave Niles with smiles. Niles Chevrolet, 4801 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall.
Out of the timeout, Trevor Clark, the sophomore quarterback, will now hand it off to Denzel Mitchell through the right side, up to the 45 midfield and more. Right to left goes Denzel Mitchell, inside the 30, inside the 25, and Denzel Mitchell takes the ball all the way up to the 23-yard line of the Mount Pleasant Tigers. 27 plus 13 is 40 yards.
Denzel Mitchell says, hello, my turn. I'll go 40 on the first carry. Good job there on the zone read. New quarterback in number 43. Trevor Clark did a good job of riding the ball in there, and off goes Denzel Mitchell.
We got to get Trevor Clark a different jersey number. You don't wear 43 and play quarterback.
Hey, I don't know. I'm a little partial to 43. That's close to home for me. I like that number.
As a trigger man, though?
Hey, whatever you want to do, that's a good number.
See, my best friend played the number 43, and he was a linebacker.
Yeah, that's my old number, man. I like that one.
At the 33, now Clark will keep it. Now roll to his left, fake the throw, keeps it. Now inside the 20. Trevor Clark, touchdown! Are you kidding me?
How about that, Trevor Clark?
Way
Look
to
at
go!
him. And are they excited for him? Look at those linemen meet him in the end zone.
My goodness, Chase, he looked like he knew what he was doing.
Trevor Clark kept it. He was going to throw that football. Nobody was open, so he tucked it, and he went pretty fast.
He went pretty fast.
How many yards was that, Jamie Horton? 23?
That would be 23 yards for Trevor Clark, and Marshall, who empties the bench, pulled their seniors, or most of them at least, on the offensive unit, and put in some of these subs, and they go down and they score in 2 plays.
What a good job there from Trevor Clark. And again, he is a sophomore. Kick is down, it is up, and it is good. And Marshall 53, Tigers nothing. We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to Maverick Football on the Heartbeat of East Texas.
For all things Marshall Maverick football, join me, Jamie Horton, and the head coach of your Marshall Mavericks, Clint Harper, every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 during the football season for Tuesday Night Football with the Coach. Brought to you by the Andrews Group. Listen live and hear it first as we break down and preview every week of exciting Marshall Maverick football. That's Tuesday Night Football with the Coach, brought to you by the Andrews Group.
When your team plays in your stadium, you appreciate that home field advantage. And if you're a business owner, you can have that advantage by making Texas Bank & Trust a part of your team. They can give you that competitive advantage you need to succeed with your customers. From small business accounts to small business loans, Texas Bank & Trust is there with solutions for your business needs. Call today, 903-927-2040. Online, texasbankandtrust.com. In Marshall, Texas Bank & Trust is at 715 East End Boulevard South. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
2 minutes and 35 seconds come off the game clock. Marshall goes 6 plays, 88 yards, capped off by the 23-yard Trevor Clark touchdown run. And the Mavericks strike again, 54-0. Good guys here tonight, the final home game of the regular season. Sure is a bummer that the weather kind of turned a lot of you folks away tonight, because a much bigger crowd should have been here. And the ones that are here, though, have seen a really dominant showing by these Marshall Mavericks, who have really been dominant much of this season, Chase.
Yeah, I tell you what, and this football game, we started with a pretty good rain when we got here, but right when we kicked off, that rain stopped.
It's done.
And it's been no rain here the whole football game, and got a little wind coming out of the south.
Yeah, nice little chill. It feels like fall.
It absolutely does.
It feels like football. So Marshall on top, 54-0. They've doubled up. They had 27. It was 27-0 at intermission. It's been 27 points scored by the Mavericks here in the second half, and a lot of folks contributing here tonight. Denzel Mitchell, Trevor Clark, who just got into the game, and boy, oh boy, I tell you, he goes 23 yards for a touchdown, and that made his night.
And I tell you what,
for sure,
that's a heck of a reward for these kids. They work just as hard as everybody else throughout the week. It's great to get them on the football field and let them have a little time.
Mount Pleasant with a carry up the middle. They get it up to the Maverick 36-yard line. The kickoff was booted out of bounds by Alan Martinez, so the Mount Pleasant Tigers started at their own 30. 6 yards on first down, as they'll keep their starters in. Shotgun here for Kyle Reynolds, and it'll be Reynolds handing it off to his tailback around that right side. He's got a first down up to the 42-yard line, so that'll be a 5-yard run for Travion Holloman.
Tell you what, that was a good job there by the quarterback for Mount Pleasant. He gave the ball and then sprinted up and actually blocked a little bit for the running back, and Marshall's going to hold him well below his average here tonight. They've done a superior job on him with that 4 or 5 man front. They played really well defensively here tonight in the 54-0 drubbing so far with 9:24 to go.
Ball spotted at the 41 of Mount Pleasant, and just inside the right hash. Shotgun here for Reynolds. He'll take the snap, low snap. He'll fake the give and keep it. And probably not a wise decision, as he'll lose yardage back to about the 40-yard line.
Tackle made by number 36, Christian Lavera, and number 96, Greg Hood. So it'll be a loss of about half a yard on the play. They'll mark him just beyond the sticks at about the 40.5-yard line. So it'll bring up second down and about 10.5. 8:52 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 54-0 our score. Big Red on top, all over the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
And now Marshall's going to burn a timeout here, as I think maybe there were some personnel issues. Clint Harper, always coaching, even in a 54-0 rout, is out to the numbers to try and talk to a couple of kids who might have been out of position or might not have been in the correct package. We'll take one with him, Chase, with 8:41 left to play tonight. 54-0, Big Red.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair, from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
It's the big event with huge savings. And it's going on now at Campbell Portable Buildings and General Shelter's Summer Clearance Sale. If you've been waiting for the right time to save big on the largest selection of storage buildings, offices, living quarters, and RV covers, now is the time. Come in today and let us show you why Campbell's is your #1 award-winning dealer here in East Texas. Campbell Portable Buildings, located at 602 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Before the come back from timeout is... Yeah?
That's the tackle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a stupid head. Travion Holloman with a loss back to the 39-yard line, and a loss of a couple right there. Brings up a third down and a mile for the Tigers. Third down and 12. Got to get to the Maverick 49-yard line. 8 minutes left to go here tonight. Shotgun here for Reynolds. He'll drop, fake the pass. Now hand it off to Holloman up the middle. Tries to bounce it out wide right, and he's hit and met by several red-jerseyed Marshall Mavericks, and he got, well, he ran about 20 yards, but he only got 5. Chase up to the 43-yard line, so it'll bring up a fourth down and a mile.
And you got to punt when you're in your side of the field. Tackle made by number 23, Christian Biggs, the sophomore, now into the football game. So Marshall emptying the bench and continuing to throw the shutout against starters from Mount Pleasant. And I tell you what, folks, this running back for Mount Pleasant, he is no joke. He's got 1,700 yards, this Travion Holloman, just a junior, 5'9", 165, but the Mavericks have held him in check here tonight.
Yeah, the defense has done an absolutely fantastic job here tonight, and it's been, apart from your normal cast of characters, your Micah Smiths and your Antonio Washingtons, we've seen contributions tonight, Chase, by a lot of these youngsters as well. Your sophomores, whether it be, Christian Lavera. We've seen earlier, Sheldon Williams, who's just a junior, and he's, been a big part of this defense all year long. But, Trey Macon, again, with a pick six, the future's bright. I mean, that's, absolutely. I think people kind of forget. We're graduating a really special senior class this year with the likes of, guys like Chavis Mills, Antonio Washington, so on and so forth. DeAndre Osborne, who's been here since he was a freshman playing for Alex Richter's. But this is a group of guys. We're ahead of schedule is what I'm saying. We are ahead of schedule with a very young, talented core group of kids. I mean, Cortez Hurd, who started at quarterback tonight, he's just a sophomore as well. A high snap, punter's able to gather it. Outside the hash marks, off the side of his foot. And this one will go out of bounds. Not a bad kick. Got it about the 30. That's a good spot.
Wow. No, here he comes.
Okay, there you go. I thought that went out of bounds at about the 33, but they'll give him the 34.
Well, I tell you what, the other thing that you've got to mention here, yes, we do have a lot of sophomores, but these seniors, the Justin Harts, the Caden Landrenos, some of those other guys that you just previously mentioned, what a job they've done. They bought into the system.
Jalen Mitchell, yeah.
They bought into the system that Clint Harper was selling, and we're looking at 8-1 after tonight. After, like you said, 3 years ago, 1-9. I mean, that's a big, big difference.
It's a huge difference. I mean, it got to a point, Chase, where I didn't look forward to coming and doing these football games on Friday nights, if I can be honest with you. That's just part of it. I love the heck out of these kids. You love this community, but, it wasn't very fun to watch these guys play football. Denzel Mitchell will take the handoff from Trevor Clark, and he fights his way across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Turned nothing into a gain of 3 yards did Denzel Mitchell up to the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 7 upcoming for the Mavericks as we tick down close to the 6-minute mark of the final quarter here tonight.
Tell you what, Marshall, just a really complete football game here tonight on senior night. The Mavericks are going to finish undefeated at home for the first time in a long time. We'll go try to research that statistic for you and give it to you next week on our last trip to Sulphur Springs, who looks like they will remain winless on the season tonight.
Clark again in the shotgun. They'll go on the end around here. That's number 8 with the carry. Around that right side, he's got a first down up to the 45-yard line. Getting the handoff that time, Artavius Brooks. And Artavius, one of the many sophomores who are part of this football team. He's got a Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down.
They're going to give him, 9, Jamie Horton, I believe?
About 9. We'll go ahead and fudge it and say 9.
9 yards for Brooks. They'll mark him right at the 45-yard line with 5:58 left to play. Again, our score, Marshall 54, Mount Pleasant 0, as Marshall's going to use every second now of the 25, or the 40-second clock, rather.
Yes,
Mavericks.
We near the 5-minute mark for the ball game. Trevor Clark, sophomore, in at quarterback. Standing at the Maverick 40-yard line. Ball spotted at the 45 at the right hash, in motion right to left, and taking the handoff, but the ball, or the play, is blown dead. Getting the handoff that time on that end around for the Mavericks is number 15, Ja'Cory Mitchell, a junior for this Maverick football team, but that'll move it back to the 40-yard line.
A little illegal procedure. Not sure who moved, but somebody was a little quick there on the play. So 5:35 left to go. Again, 54-0 our score. Marshall has emptied the benches, both sides of the ball, which is a good idea here tonight in light of the score. The Mavericks will travel next week to the Dairy Museum in Sulphur Springs, Texas.
Very proud of that Dairy Museum, Chase. They are.
A win clinches a district championship for the Mavs next week.
I guess that became kind of an inside joke the last time we were there, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was something.
5 minutes to go. The give goes to Denzel Mitchell up the middle, then spins out to the left and gets back to the line of scrimmage of 2 snaps of the football ago to the 45. So 3rd down and 10 upcoming for the Mavericks. 5 yards for Denzel.
Denzel Mitchell with a 5-yard pickup there. He's a junior, 5'10", 170. He will also be back next season. And we see some spurts with him. He could fill that Chavis Mills hole. He's got some speed.
He's got the ability. He's got some speed. It's just a matter of repetition, really. I mean, it's when you've got a talented kid who doesn't get a lot of playing time because there's so much more talent around him, that just goes to show you what kind of talent we have here at Marshall High School. So 2nd down and 10 now, this time on the end around, and it's Mitchell around that left side, inside Mount Pleasant territory to the 44-yard line.
And that's not Denzel Mitchell, that's Ja'Cory Mitchell.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Mitchell, I'm sorry.
We've got Mitchells everywhere.
Yeah, Ja'Cory Mitchell with the handoff on the end around, and he's got 11 yards up to the 44-yard line of the Mount Pleasant Tigers. It's another Porta-John Marshall Maverick first down as the clock continues to run, as we're now under 4 minutes to go for the night.
And Marshall looking to add on to this 54-0 lead. They'll mark it 1st down and 10 for the Mavericks, right about the 44-yard line of Mount Pleasant as we go under 3:50 left. And Marshall's going to slowly use all the play clock here, and we're going to be done here, Jamie Horton, before 10 o'clock at this
2 weeks in a row.
It's something else.
Ball spotted at the left hash, the 44-yard line of Mount Pleasant. Trevor Clark in the shotgun. He'll give the ball off to Denzel Mitchell. Spins away from a tackle and then goes nowhere. Taken down almost immediately after he tried to break out off that spin chase. Hit the B button. Tried to go out to the left side off that left tackle and was drugged down for no gain. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Mavericks as we're down to the 3-minute mark of the football game. Got big plans this weekend? What are you guys doing?
Oh, man, this weekend we've got,
soccer?
We got 2 soccer games and 2 7-on-7 games, and we're just going to be going from field to field. It'll be a lot of fun. That's how we spend most Saturdays right now.
Man.
What are you doing?
I am getting up in the morning, driving to Fort Worth to pick up a transmission and my dog, and then coming back to Marshall.
Ooh.
So just a long day of driving, listening to some college football.
There you go.
Timeout taken, I believe, by Clint Harper and the Mavericks right before zeros hit the play clock. We'll keep it right here. The Bancorp South postgame show is just around the corner. Chase, we're going to have a hard time picking a player of the game tonight because, again, there's so many to choose from.
Yeah, we've really played well tonight all over the football field.
I don't know if Micah Smith has got like 100 tackles tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, he sure has. He has played a whale of a football game, as has the whole defense.
As the whole defense. I mean, we might just give the defense player of the game.
I think that's a
Can
good.
you do that?
That's a good lean there, Jamie Horton. And with 2:41 left to go in this one, folks, I mean, it's just something to see the turnaround that has occurred here in this Maverick football program, and that just kind of mimics the turnaround that is going on in this school district all over the place. There is improvement in MISD. If you don't know about it, ask somebody. We'll tell you.
Well, you can always get online, go to the Region 7, look at that stuff, look at the statistics, things like that. I do. It would shock you. It would shock you, especially those of you who think some of the school districts that are so close to us are so much better, and when in fact the numbers don't bear that out. Trevor Clark keeps it, goes right, then comes back left. Chase gets inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. Trevor Clark, well, he's having some fun tonight.
He is. I thought he was going to throw the football, and he had a blitz on from Mount Pleasant. He did a good job turning that into about a 2-yard gain. So that'll bring up 3rd down at about 8 for Marshall. 2:18 left to go here in the football game. 54-0 our score.
I think I went too far just a second ago with the factual information.
Factual, baby. It's all factual.
Well, I just want to make sure that
3rd down and a long 8 for the Mavs. The ball spotted, what, Jamie? 44-yard line?
Yeah, about the 43-ish. Shotgun here for Clark, in motion right to left. Ja'Cory Mitchell. It'll be Mitchell with the carry around the left side. Gets up to the 40, stays on his feet, and he's going to be stopped shy of a 1st down by about a yard. Boy, he's got some wheels on him.
He did, and I don't think anybody from Mount Pleasant saw him at first. This is going to be a whiskers tooth from a 1st down. I mean, what's it spotted right about the 35?
It's the 35, Chase, and he needs to get just the other side of the 35 because we're moving towards the 34-yard line.
So it's going to be 4th down and about 2 square inches, I believe. So 1:19 left to play. We'll run one more play. If we get the 1st down, then this one will be a bunch of getting on your knee for Big Red.
Absolutely. Trevor Clark in the shotgun. And he'll hand it off around the right side. 1st down and more inside the 25 and down at the 22-yard line goes the ball carrier, Artavius Brooks, one of the sophomores. And now some of these seniors are going to come out here and they're going to put their knee down and end this football game.
How many yards was that, Jamie? That looked like from the 35,
where was it? The 33 to the 21, 12 yards.
Yeah, 12 yards there for Brooks. And boy, we just have our average tonight is going to be well in the double digits carrying the football. I'm going to guess we'll be somewhere around 14, 13 yards a carry.
This will be the final snap of the football game. Victory formation for the Marshall Mavericks. Chavis Mills is into the football game, part of that hands team. Trevor Clark there as well, and back deep is Jaquavian Dabbs. It'll be Trevor Clark doing the honors. He'll put his knee to the turf, and that'll do it. The Mavericks will go to 8-1. They are clinching their 3rd consecutive playoff berth and a win next week, and your Marshall Mavericks are district champs for the 1st time in a decade. Your final score here tonight, it's all Big Red, 54-0. They shut down and shut out the Mount Pleasant Tigers. The Bancorp South post-game show is starting right now. There we go, as Maverick football continues in a moment.
Football is a contact sport, and at Bancorp South, banking is too. As proud supporters of local sports, we believe building strong relationships starts by making some contact of our own, from getting to know each customer to being an active part of the entire community. So whether you have checking, savings, investment, or loan needs, you can know that at Bancorp South, Every day is game day. Stop by your local branch or visit BancorpSouth.com. After all, we're right where you are. Bancorp South, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Certified Collision and Glass for auto, pickup truck, 18-wheeler repair. Certified Collision and Glass also specializes in body and glass repair from a rock chip to a complete installation. Now, Certified Collision and Glass has added the equipment and completed the training to repair the all-aluminum 2015 Ford F-150 pickup truck. Certified Collision and Glass, Highway 59 next to Marshall Ford in Marshall, Texas. Certified Collision and Glass, leading the way in collision repair.
I'm Matt Moore, General Manager at Marshall Ford Lincoln, and it's SUV season at Marshall Ford. That means the biggest discounts of the year along with the best factory incentives on all of our SUV lineup, including 0% for 72 months on Escape and Expedition. In fact, we have the SUV Sign and Go sales event going where you can come out with zero down and drive away in the SUV of your choice. All of our inventory can be seen on the web at marshallford.net or come and see us on Highway 59 South in Marshall. It's Marshall Ford, your 8-time winner of Ford's prestigious President's Award for outstanding customer satisfaction.
Kinco Pools is Marshall's most recommended builder for custom pools and spas. That's because Kinco is a full-service company with chemicals, parts, and supplies for all your maintenance needs. Kinco is licensed and bonded to design and build the pool of your dreams for a price your budget can't afford. Now's the time to visit Kinco Pools and Spas in their new location on Sedbury Street, across from Walmart in Marshall. For repair and service, Kinco recommends Marshall specialist Jeff's Complete Pool Service.
School's back. Time to dust off that backpack, sharpen your pencils, and save big on the most important tool of all, super fast internet. For a limited time, when you get Fidelity's high-speed internet with blazing fast 100 meg download speeds, we'll give you 200 channels of free TV for a year, or choose 20 meg internet for just $29.99 a month for a year. As always, there's no data caps, no contract, and free installation. Call your local Fidelity office today, or order online at fidelitycommunications.com/freetv.
It's a Maverick Stampede in 2015. Cameron Haller with the carry around the left side, now reverses field. Inside the 10-5, touchdown Cameron Haller. The young man has done it again. Midfield and more, and it's a foot race.
Bye-bye.
Chavis Mills, 10-5, touchdown Mavericks.
I'm telling you, they're not going to catch Chavis Mills.
Join me and Chase Palmer for every exciting call of Marshall Maverick football right here on your home for the Mavs, KMHT, and EastTexasToday.com.
Oh, her first word. Mama. Then, before I knew it... Mom! Soccer practice, art club, driver's ed, dating, graduation, 5 years of college. Mom, this is Tad. Wedding bells, and suddenly...
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes with your auto, home, and life needs. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
She stood in the street, smiling from my head to her feet. I said, hey, what is this? Now maybe she's in need of a gift. I said, oh, hey, what's your name, baby?
Go on with yourself now.
It's much more fun up here when we win football games. We should just do this every week, Chase. Bancorp South Post Game Show. As the Mavericks get it done here tonight on senior night, the final home game of the regular season, 54-0, shutting down and shutting out the Tigers from Mount Pleasant. It's time now for your statistical information, which is brought to you by Century 21 Select Group and Brad Burris, which is a family-owned and operated office that strives to provide the high quality of service that individuals expect from a Century 21 office. Century 21 Select Group, simply the best choice for all your real estate needs. Proud to be the #1 real estate company in Marshall, conveniently located downtown at 215 East Travis Chase.
I'd like to thank Sam Palmer, my son, and my nephew Zachary Smith helped us tonight on stats. Kind of fill in for Reginald T. Cooper. Missed him tonight.
Reggie T.
And we don't have the stats for Mount Pleasant because they weren't good. There was not much to talk about for the Tigers tonight in the 54-0 shutout by the Mavs. So let's talk offensive numbers for Marshall. 485 yards of total offense. The Mavericks racked up 426 yards rushing. They had 220 yards on 18 carries in the second half, averaged 12.2 yards per carry. Add that to the 206 yards on 22 carries in the first half, and there's your 426 rushing for the Mavericks. 59 yards passing through the air. Howler finishes 3 for 5, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. The big 35-yard bomb to end the first quarter on the Hail Mary. Individual stats for the Mavericks rushing. Howler had 113 yards on 16 carries, averaging right at 7 yards per tote. Cortez Hurd, the sophomore, comes in, plays great. 48 yards rushing on 5 carries, 9.6-yard average for him. But the big man tonight is number 33, Mr. Mills, Chavis Mills on senior night. On only 8 carries, he has 143 yards, averages 17.8 yards per tote. And he had at least two, maybe 3 touchdowns. I know he had 2.
I would say 3.
Had 3.
He and Cam both had 3 apiece. And then Jaquavian with a touchdown. Trevor Clark scored a touchdown. So that's 8. Yeah, that'd be 8. So 3 apiece for Chavis and Cameron, 1 for Dabbs, and 1 for Trevor Clark.
And really, when you highlight that, the Chavis Mills show here tonight, it was the first possession of the second half. He starts off with the
kickoff return of 26 yards. Then he takes the first handoff 24 yards, and then he goes,
24 and 44.
24 and 44, yeah. So it was all Chavis Mills show there in the first possession of that third quarter. You know, it's senior night, Chase, and I think when we come back, then we might have to change it up. Even though we pitched a shutout here tonight, you know, Chavis Mills, especially going back to midway of last season, Mr. Joe. It's the end of it here at the friendly confines. Boy, it went by fast, didn't it?
Sure did. This season really flew by for Marshall, and I tell you what, again, we've talked about this a lot, how far we've come in 3 years under Clint Harper, but you got to give the coaching staff credit, but you got to give the kids credit. They bought in everything they're doing. And what a whale of a football game here tonight. 3 turnovers by the Maverick defense. Mount Pleasant gets inside the 5-yard line twice and comes away with not a point. So the Mavericks, they're at next tonight defensively, 54-0. Our score, Marshall scores at will. Exactly what you wanted to coming off the Texas High game.
And it's a much improved Mount Pleasant team. Make no mistake about it. This team started 2-0 in district play. I believe they've got 4 wins on the season, and all told. You know, so they're a much improved club. They've got, a young football team and a young coaching staff, a hometown coach over there, a lot like what we have here with Clint Harper, a guy that wanted to come back to his high school alma mater and then get some respectability back to the football program that he played for. As far as I'm concerned, the Marshall Mavericks not only deserve some respect, but a little bit of recognition right now from around the state. I saw some polls this week, Chase, where the Mavericks were getting votes and to get into the top 10 before losing to Texas High, and then they fell like 40 spots. I mean, you're talking about teams that are in front of them. You know, and I get that. It's just a poll and all this other stuff, but, certainly I think it's time that folks around the state look at this football team and start paying some respect, because you knock off the number 9 team in the state in Longview, a feat that hadn't been accomplished since the year 2000. Sure, you stub your toe against Texas High, who, by the way, is not they're no
slouch.
They're no slouch. They're not a gimme. They're a darn good football team. At the same time, though, I think the Mavericks and the Texas High Tigers, should they have met on a much different night, on a much different surface, I think the outcome is much different as well. But nonetheless, Chase, a big win, 54-0. We'll step aside, come back, and wrap this one up and tell you about Sulphur Springs, the season finale, next Friday night. The Bancorp South Post Game Show continues in just a moment.
Hello, Maverick fans. This is Glenn Bickerdike, President, Bancorp South Marshall. These are exciting times in the Maverick family, and Bancorp South is proud of our Mavericks on and off the field. In addition to our athletes, our students, the coaching staff, and the entire faculty bring pride to our community. We support the Maverick family in maximizing their potential in all they do, and hope you will join us in supporting our young people as well. Let's go, Mavs!
Cruising to Padre with the top down was the best. But that was before we had the kids, all 3 of them. We went from 2-seater to sedan to minivan, joy rides to family trips, detailing to fixing dents from bikes and skateboards.
Life fast forwards. Keep up with Texas Farm Bureau insurance and protection that changes as fast as your taste in cars. It's the right coverage for any moment, because moments worth covering are never accidents.
For your insurance needs in Marshall, Hallsville, and Harrison County, call Debbie Gary at 903-660-2600.
It's the big event with huge savings. And it's going on now at Campbell Portable Buildings and General Shelters Summer Clearance Sale. If you've been waiting for the right time to save big on the largest selection of storage buildings, offices, living quarters, and RV covers, now is the time. Come in today and let us show you why Campbell's is your #1 award-winning dealer here in East Texas. Campbell Portable Buildings, located at 602 East End Boulevard North, Marshall, Texas.
Rodens, 506 East End Boulevard, the Whirlpool washer and dryer with the new touchscreen technology. The machine will remember your setting. Energy efficient, easy on the fabric, and the dryer will be a gentle dry with higher moisture removal, extending the life and the wear of the fabric. Consider this washer and dryer combination now. Also, KitchenAid and Maytag. Sizzling summer sales on now at Rodens Appliances, 506 East End Boulevard, where they sell only appliances and they service what they sell.
Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South, Marshall, Texas. Eric Nichols and his staff will hook you up with complete collision repair and have your car looking like it came from the factory. Now, no one wants to be in an accident, but hey, happens. Certified Collision and Glass will provide you with free estimates and a lifetime warranty. Certified Collision and Glass is also iCar certified. Go see the pros at Certified Collision and Glass, 4008 Easton Boulevard South in Marshall.
At Marshall ISD, we develop strategies and initiatives to give our students and staff the best possible chance for success. We want students to be prepared and ready to pursue their continuing education goals upon graduation. Our extracurricular programs and activities produce memorable experiences for our students outside of the classroom and help encourage our students to become part of creating better communities. Marshall ISD, focused on success, enriching experiences, making a world of difference.
For generations, folks looking for a new car, truck, or SUV have trusted Chevrolet, America's #1 automaker. And for 3 generations, East Texans have trusted family-owned Niles Chevrolet in Marshall. Whether you're looking for a sporty Cobalt, a rugged Silverado, or the redesigned Tahoe, our folks will work with you to get the best possible deal. It's what we've done at Niles for 70 years. Treat you fairly. No wonder everyone seems to leave Niles with smiles. Niles Chevrolet, 4801 East End Boulevard South, Marshall.
At Panola National Bank, we're constantly looking for ways to make community banking even better. Now we're making it easier for you to bank on the go with Mobile PNB. Our new mobile banking service allows you to access your accounts directly from your cell phone, so you can make transfers, check balances, and search transactions all from the convenience of your cell phone or tablet. Be sure to check out our new free mobile apps in the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Panola National Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Mount Pleasant Tigers 0. I think I got Texas high on the brain. I've almost sat there.
You are really into that Texas high today.
I'm telling you, man. I just feel like we need to get that game over. We need to play that game again, I think. Bancorp South Post Game Show as the Mavericks win. The Mavericks win their home finale of the 2015 regular season. They clinch a playoff spot for the 3rd consecutive year, and a win next week clinches a district championship for the first time in a decade. It is time now for tonight's player of the game. Actually, we want to revisit the keys to the game, which is brought to you by Porta-John Portable Toilets for all your events, plus heated and air-conditioned dressing rooms. Visit portajohn.com for more information. You heard Coach talking about in the pregame show about getting a turnover. We got 3 of those tonight. Have let's see, a big play in the kicking game as far as get a good return. We saw a couple of those tonight from Terrell Patton, also one from Chavis Mills. I mean, the opening salvo of the second half was a 26-yard Chavis Mills kickoff return, a 24-yard Chavis Mills run. Then it was 88 and out the gate.
That's right.
On the next play. And I tell you, the Mavericks executed tonight.
Played really, really well tonight. They, in all phases of the game, I think they did really well. Missed a couple of PATs. I think that's the only thing that you could say we didn't do well in the kicking game on. And other than that, we played great on all sides, on all facets.
When you talk about the growth of a program, too, Chase, one of the things you talk about or the things that you focus on are if you're the team that you want to be and that you're supposed to be, you're supposed to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat on paper. And all season long, the Mavericks have beaten the inferior teams, the teams that they should have beaten and supposed to beat. There's one more left, and that's the Sulphur Springs Wildcats, who will be 1-8 heading into next Friday night, which is kind of a bit shocking, especially with the success that Sulphur Springs has enjoyed really over the last decade, Chase. I mean, going back to the Tyreek Rollison days, they won a state championship in 2008. So they're 7 years removed from a state championship in Sulphur Springs. Obviously, they had a lot of athletes come through there. Certainly Larry Pryor handed the reins last year here at Maverick Stadium to Cameron Haller as the best overall player and athlete in this district, and that's probably inarguable at this point. But again, the Mavericks have beaten all the teams they're supposed to beat. The one game they lost, folks, is a little bit misleading, I would say, just because of the conditions and the week after losing your starting quarterback for the entire season. You find out on Monday that all that happens, losing Caden Landreneau as well, who had turned into a really good lead blocker out of the backfield. You know, so things didn't go right last week. You put it behind you, you come out here and you get a 54-0 shutout. It's just amazing what's happened in 3 years here under the leadership of Clint Harper.
Yeah, the Mavericks they really played well tonight. They really controlled the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball, and that's really key for us is we've got to be able to control the line of scrimmage. Defensively, we did that better tonight than we've done it all season long, even including the Longview game, and we did it against a running back that's got 1,700 yards, no slouch from Mount Pleasant. Just played a whale of a football game defensively.
And I don't even know if he had 60 yards tonight. I'm just not sure he did. He had the ball a lot, but he really only had two runs that were more netted in more than 10 yards. So Maverick defense outstanding tonight. Time now to look at tonight's player of the game, brought to you by the Carlisle Law Firm. At the Carlisle Law Firm, their practice is about doing what's right. It's about supporting and protecting the people in our community. Scott and Casey Carlisle believe that helping our fellow neighbors keeps our community strong. At Carlisle Law Firm, they care about their clients. They care about you. Regardless of the legal issue that you face, their team is ready to provide the support and guidance that you need. So when you're ready to talk, they're ready to listen. The Carlisle Law Firm, 903-472-5141, or visit carlisle.lawfirm.com. Chase, we thought about giving it to the entire defense. One of the issues I have with that is that I have to print out these certificates, and Miss Phillips will probably be upset with me if we have to print out so many of them. But Chavis Mills on senior night, with the performance that he had tonight, averaging just shy of 18 yards per carry, reaching the end zone 3 times tonight, arguably his best game of the season. It'd be hard for me not to say that Chavis Mills isn't deserving of the player of the game tonight. There's certainly a lot of others, but it's senior night, and he's a senior, and he's been a leader for this football team over the last couple of seasons, and I'll give him the nod tonight.
I agree with you on that. And then on defense, we got to look at Micah Smith. He had about 5 bajillion tackles. He's a senior as well. Played really well, led that defense. So I'm gonna give Micah Smith a nod on defense.
Mount Pleasant ran 5 bajillion and 1 plays, and he had a tackle on all but one of them. So there you go, Chase. That'll do it for us, man. By the way, folks, tomorrow is Halloween. Okay. Be safe out there. Watch for the kids that are out there trick-or-treating. But also, parents, check your kids' candy, all right? There's 2 reasons that you want to do that. Number 1, that way you can kind of set aside the stuff that you want to keep. Your kids really have no say in that, and that's Chase is a parent, as am I. You tell your kids that this is what you're keeping, and they can have the rest or they can have none of it, and that's how it works. Also, if you're handing out candy, don't hand out black licorice. That stuff is terrible. That means nobody's going to show up to your house the next couple of years, and if that's by design, fine. That's on you. But no, seriously, in all seriousness, be safe out there tomorrow. No incidents. Have a great Halloween. Enjoy it, and have some fun.
Got one thing, folks.
Absolutely.
Next week, this team travels to Sulphur Springs to win their first district championship since 2005. If there is a road trip that you have thought about making, make it next week and come out and support Big Red. 9-1 would be a tremendous accomplishment for this football program and this high school, so make that trip next week, folks.
And stay tuned to KMHT. We'll probably tell you about it. I think the Booster Club's going to offer up a fan bus for like $30. You can reserve a seat on there. You can't even get back and forth to Sulphur Springs on $30 as far as gas would be concerned. So pay $30, ride with a bunch of your friends and family members, and head out to Sulphur Springs and watch this team clinch their first district championship in a decade. So the Marshall Mavericks are going to the playoffs. We do know that we'll be playing some extra football in a couple of weeks, but next week is the regular season finale. The Mavericks trying to get to 9-1 and win their first district championship in a decade. No Reggie Cooper tonight, but certainly we send our thoughts and our love out to him as he was watching his daughter graduate tonight from the University of Texas at Tyler. I'm sure Reggie might have been trying to keep up with the score and listen in and things like that, winning if he had the chance. So our thanks to him, thanks to Sam. Boy, Big Sam came up here and filled in quite nicely for him. Our thanks to Emily Salee on the camera work tonight. You can check that out on Marshall Cable Channel 18 on Tuesday night. And I always thank Megan Wallace back at the station. And Chase Palmer, my broadcast partner, we thank you very much. Have a safe and a happy Halloween, everybody. Until next time, I'm Jamie Horton. Take care of yourselves, East Texas. Good night.